First of all, I'm Welsh. My language is called Cymraeg. So English is my second language, not my first language, which most people don't realize there are other languages and other cultures in the UK, not just English. I grew up on a small sheep farm in the middle of nowhere. But I was lucky enough to go to a school where the teachers wanted us to advance. So from that rural background, I went to university in London where I did my PhD. Then I went to, where I did my degree. Then I went to Cambridge to do my PhD. I went back home to do my postdoc. So I was still in science. And then I did computer programming for a while. So my background is kind of physics, biology, and computer programming, which is a bit weird. After that, I joined a major farmer in the UK. And from there, I came to South Africa to work on sugarcane. So I've got a bit of a mixed background, which means I kind of worked on the Human Genome Project. I worked on kind of big projects as well. And I'm also interested in linguistics and where human languages come from. That's kind of my hobby. Okay, we were the original British. The word British comes from Brython, which is our original name for ourselves. The Romans invaded 2,000 years ago. The Anglo-Saxons, the forerunners of the modern English, invaded 1,500 years ago. They kind of kicked us out of England, and we were forced to go into Scotland and into Wales and into Cumbria. Now, our name for ourselves is actually Cymru, which means the compatriots. The term Welsh is actually not very nice. It means a combination of foreigner and slave in English. So I don't actually like the term Welsh myself. So basically, we were the original Britons, but the Anglo-Saxon, there was something called the Yellow Death, which happened about 1,700 years ago, and that reduced our population dramatically. And it's because we were one of the few peoples in Western Europe that still had contact with the Mediterranean and the East and the Christianity of Constantinople. And that brought the disease to Britain. And half our population died, which allowed the Anglo-Saxons to come in. Now, in Anglo-Saxon law, basically, if you're not Anglo-Saxon speaking or basically English speaking, then they can put taxes on you to reduce the number of your population. They basically killed off as many of the men as they could and married the women in England. And so in England, it's very weird when you look at the genetics now. All the male genetics is from Germany, whereas the female genetics is British. Now, in Wales, we actually have the markers for the original indigenous European populations. You only get that in the Basque Country in France and Spain, in Wales and in Eastern Ireland. So basically, we're the original Europeans who came back to Europe after the end of the last ice age, about 8,000 years ago. So not only we're the original British, we're also the original Europeans.
So how did the British actually invaded your land then?
They did. Certainly in England, they took away all our land, and we had to escape to the fringes of Britain. Over the kind of 1,500 years subsequent to that, they tried to destroy our language, they destroyed our culture, they took all our land away from us. My father was the first generation in Wales to be able to buy our land back from the English. Not to get it back, to buy it back. He was the first generation where we could actually go to the courts in our own language. My brother, who was also a scientist, the first generation of scientists to be able to teach sciences in our own natural language, in Welsh. So basically, all colonialists need to learn to be colonialists somehow, somewhere. And the English learns from us and from the Irish. They try to dominate and destroy our cultures. But we're still around, but they try to do it. And they've been doing it for 1,500 years. And it's only in the past 20, 30 years where we've started to get our own rights back.
Just recently?
Just recently. It started in my own, in my father's generation. It's continuing now in my brother's generation.
You know, so you know the British, because I've been able to go through, I've been able to do some research, and I found out that the Welsh are the first British colonies. They were the first to be colonized by the British, if I'm right.
We are the first peoples to be colonized by England. Because they were foreigners, they wanted to assume our name for ourselves, no breath on the British. To give themselves legitimacy, even though they had no legitimacy. They're foreigners. And now they think with this white supremacy nonsense that they're the British and everybody else are foreigners.
So they took over they absorbed your culture.
Yes.
You know, so
and they've been doing it for so many others subsequently.
Yes, yeah, because today my name is Patrick, and Patrick is English. But we are not originally English. You understand what I'm saying?
No,
so they come into your land and they give you a name.
Yeah, my generation, my name now is Welsh. It means God of mead or God of drunkenness, literally. But I'm the first generation of Welsh people to start getting our own first language back. So first names back. I would never use my surname because the surnames are something the English gave us. We don't have surnames, we have patronymics. So our surname is basically the name of your father. So I'm actually David ap Thomas. But the English just forced surnames on us. We don't use them.
So basically you are an oppressed person by the English.
Yes.
You are also oppressed.
Yes.
And you have okay, let's because you know the British colonized Nigeria and they gave the name Nigeria, and you know there is this tactics of divide and rule that was set in to be able to you know divide the people and have control over them. Did the Welsh people suffer the same as you had the same experience or not?
Well, that kind of started with us. We had our own leaders, we had our own princes, our own kings, but the English demoted them to princes who were subservient to the English king. And because of, we are actually, all the peoples who the English couldn't oppress came to Wales to come. That's why we call ourselves compatriots, because we were different tribes who were forced together to become one nation.
You were forced, different tribes forced together to become one nation.
It was either go to Wales and become one nation or get killed.
So it is a natural tactics to bring people of different cultures together and merge them together to form a nation.
Yes, we were all separate tribes, and there were about 30 tribes in the UK before the English came. Now, after the English came, they took over the land, so everybody who wanted to be free had to move westwards, and kept on moving westwards until the final border between Wales and England was established. We were not one people, we were different tribes. And the only way to handle that was to effectively force the different tribes to become one nation.
Quite interesting.
And we still want one nation in many ways. We still had local princes, local kings. And it's only just about 800 years ago that we united under one king. But then the English killed him. So that unity couldn't happen.
Okay, so
we've had no king, no real leader.
Okay, now I want to ask you, because you've been to Nigeria.
Yes, I have. It's only one Christmas when I actually went to marry my wife here.
Okay, what was your experience?
It's a very populous country. The people were fantastic. I have to admit, the people were fantastic. The food was fabulous, but the infrastructure was terrible.
And when you went, what were the things you thought would have been done different? From the little period you spent there, what were the things you thought would have been done differently? I said, you know, from the structure that you saw on the ground, what were the things you thought would have been done differently?
Nigeria is oil rich. Nigeria should be as developed and as wealthy as Norway. The oil money should have been invested in the country and in the people. If you want a glib answer, the glib answer is you all wanted independence. We gave you independence. Now it's your problem. There's also this African attitude to the West. If everything is going fine, you don't want the West to be involved. If there's a war, then you want France or UK or whoever to come in and solve it. And you can't have it both ways.
So, but I personally believe that we've given a lot to the West, to the Western world. In fact, they've taken everything from Africa.
I know, but then again, I say we're in the same position. They stole our trees, they stole our copper, they stole our iron. All our natural resources disappeared. The only natural resource we have now is in our heads. And this problem is not just an African problem, it's a problem of indigenous people all over the world. Look at the Native Americans, look at the Inuits. Now, native peoples have been exploited and their resources have been taken for centuries, actually millennia. And this is not just a uniquely African problem. The question is, how do you raise above it? You can't rely on the European powers, on the Germanic powers to help you. You have to help yourself. How do you do it? And we did it by education. And that's why I say education, that's the first step to fixing things. Once you have an educated populace, they will not trust their politicians anymore. They will not trust their pastors. They will think for themselves. If you have the education, you can travel anywhere in the world to apply that education.
And a very good afternoon and welcome to another awareness campaign. It might be different from the kind of program you want to watch, but we're only here to do what we can do. My name has not changed. It's Olayomi Koiki. Some of you might not like the way I talk. Some of you might not like the way we present it. But as long as you can take the message away, at least that would do us something. The man that just spoke said something. Education. And until we become more aware of those things we never knew. I never knew so many things. Money. No. It is now that people realize that that is how we get all this information. And they say information is power. What the government does not want you to know, we will release those information. That is why I will say good afternoon to every one of you. I can see you all. Advocate for Humanity, Prince Eze Iyenacho. I might not be able to mention everybody's name in one go, but Yorubas. I'm just reading this book, and each time I look back into that book, Yoruba culture and tradition, so many things. Obatala Festival, Obalofun, Alaye Mori, values of Yoruba. What is our value? Our value has been distorted. Our value has now been disrespected. That is where we are today. So when people say that, that boy, his program is good, but I don't like the way he talks, I'm still a very well-cultured person. Yes, when I sit here, I might not be that person you want me to be. I am doing what exactly comes out from here. Sometimes people say, oh, why not say it this way? No, I don't want to say that way. I want to say the way I believe the communication will get to you. And we are all different. Kudos to all the media that are working very hard. Even some wants to do the same thing in Nigeria, but they've got there. We're going to talk about it today. Akeredolu, the social media. Do you know a state like Ondo State that have the biggest bitumen, do you say in Africa? Remind me. Ondo State that have everything. But he is talking about the social media. But do you know that their local government does not have an email address? Do you know that in Ondo State, they are still using Yahoo as their mode of communication? Do you know that technology that the same government is trying to bar and guard, that old man, and sometimes they say they are educated, they are buffoons, they are morons. They will tell the diaspora, and those at home have been gagged already anyway. But if any diaspora that says, oh, politicians, we're going to talk about them today, take time and look at the topic. Yoruba politicians, what are they saying with the Yoruba agitation? We've been talking about the royal fathers. What about those nasty politicians? Oh, some of them are already saving money for 2023. Tell them there will not be any 2023. They better keep their money. Yoruba politicians, what are they saying? Kile and bottom so. Like I said, I am still a cultural person. We're going to play the anthem in just about a few minutes. Let's look at chapter 5 of this book. It says, the importance of values cannot be overestimated. In every society, there can be some value characteristics that differentiate a society from another. In the Western world, for instance, little or no value is attached to the name. My name means something. But when the white man came, they started giving us names that we cannot even recollect with. What are the names that we were using? I remember when I was in secondary school, there used to be one of my colleagues. Let me remember that name. It's got to do with something ènìyàn gbàgbé. Every name has a meaning. But every time, do you know the Western biology teacher, we always point finger at her. She will always go on her. Tó bá jẹ́ pé Yorùbá ló fi ń kọ́ wa ní biology, bóyá kò bá máa yé ọmọ yẹn, because they were using English. And each time we come back, she wants to remind her of what we were taught last week. And sometimes, you know, and right there, it is now I realize that that teacher was the one that had Kukushi in her head. Let's go further and recite the anthem. I welcome you to the show. I say good afternoon. Welcome on board wherever you've joined us. Good morning, good night, good evening. Every one of us will play a role in what will become liberate the minds and then free everybody from the Middle Belt to the Biafra to the Yoruba nation and also to the Arewa. We want to free them. I don't want to have a society where I go in and then I get killed and nobody knows that I've been killed. I don't want to be in a society where they can take the alcohol money in South, where I'm from. Then they spend the money in Kano. And when I go to Kano, they say, no, you can't drink alcohol. But they are ready to take the same money of the alcohol. Our value is different from the white man. And that is what you had there. They fought to conquer our forefathers. We are now ready to fight to take what belongs to us. Yes or no? Do you agree with me? Do you know that our forefathers were killed? They killed them. They sent them to exile. Jaja Opopobo. I'm sure you remember all those stories. Remember all the lies they told us. Mongo Park, Korikure. So they told us Mongo Park found River Niger. And a lot of us believe it. River Niger that has been there before Mongo Park great-great-grandfather was born. These were all the lies they cooked up. And it was all in a kind of cozy books. A lot of us loved those books then because they were coming from Europe. I remember when I was in secondary school, in Abeokuta Grammar School, every Friday we were always happy to receive, those packs coming from UK. They were spending money, printing, sending it to Nigeria, distorting our own culture and our belief, and allowing them to let us embark and believe in their own society. Yes, you can be Christian, you can be Muslim, you can be Babalawo, but I always say some people don't believe in any jack shit. It's as simple as that. Go and tell a white man about religion. He will slap your face. Say, what has religion got to do with it? But we love religion. There's no doubt about it. We will not criticize religion. But what we must remember is religion will not stop us from fighting to get the freedom that belongs to us. My name is Olayomi Koiki. Welcome to the program. Let's go straight and play the anthem. Please remember, we go need to pray after that. Prayer is the key. But when you pray and you don't have any weapon next to you, Fulani man will cut your head. But when you are praying, Allahu Akbar, remember to have your weapon. When you go to church, in Jesus' name, remember to have your weapon. Because these guys are dangerous. I will tell you, 50 people were killed in one part of the global world. Islamic terrorists. They don't care whether you are Christian, you are Muslim, whether you're a woman, whether you're a believer, whether you're not a believer, they will kill you. But before they kill us, let us stop them. Let's play the anthem. Okay. Once again, a very good afternoon. The time is exactly 28 minutes past. Sorry, we were running behind schedule. I had to do the broadcast late and I had to go and report to the studio. And you know, most of what I'm doing is more of voluntary. But we appreciate everybody that continue to support us with the little that you can give us. Some people think, oh, you sit down here so that you can become rich. No, you're stupid. I'm keeping my name for record. Every day I come out, my name is going beam, beam, beam. You can do the same thing. You don't have to sit here, but you can convince millions of people right from your own house. Let's play the anthem. Freedom for the people. Freedom for those in Middle Belt. Freedom for those in Arewa. Freedom for those in the Yoruba nation. Freedom for the Biafra. Freedom for mankind. They don't want us to be free. That is why that image says some people are looking for bread. But the key is right there. The key is what we are doing now. We want to open the door. But how do we get to that journey? Some people say this journey will take longer. We agree. Some people say we started late. It doesn't make any difference. The journey has now started. We've started rolling the ship. And like I always say, it's a moving train. Don't fight with anybody that believes in one Nigeria. But let us continue to preach to them that I hope one Nigeria will not kill you for your belief. Do you forget that people were carrying that flag on the day that they were killed? They were reciting the national anthem, hoping that the military will listen to that anthem and they will back down. But they never back down because Fulani does not respect that anthem. They thought that they were doing everything according to the law, but now we realize that they were not doing so. Do you know why? Every one of them now have been tagged as terrorists. Every peaceful protesters have now been tagged as a terrorist. They thought they were doing the right thing according to the constitution and the law of the land, but they never realized that the land was also against what they were doing. They thought they had a governor that came to Lekki Toll Gate that held the inscription, just like the dead Buhari was holding the inscription of the terrorist organization inside Aso Rock. Oh, you forgot that image. Do you know that he opened the flag? That was a message to the rest of the terrorist organization that we are here now and we will finish up the job. So when everybody is saying that this thing is not going to happen, I hope and I pray that it doesn't happen. But we know that is all lies. It will happen. You think the military cares about you, whether you're a woman, whether you're a girl, whether you're a man, whether you're a boy. You think they care whether ASU continue to be off school. They don't give a toss. You have come out of university. How long now? And you still hope that it is because of the leadership. No, we were a kingdom before the whole thing was Dabaru. A lot of you thought that if we keep it low like this, that's the way you want me to be talking, so that way it will sink in. No, you are mad. A lot of you wonder whether we will complete this job. Tell them that our forefathers decided not to finish it. We will complete what we started. Some say they are scared of war. We are already at war every day in Nigeria. Some say because you've never witnessed war, that is the way you talk, because you're outside the country. What makes different? I am here as a slave. Some say it's because you have freedom of speech to be here to say the same thing. That is why I am fighting, so that we can have that same freedom of speech in Nigeria when we eventually come out and then get a Yoruba nation. A lot of well-elite people also think, let's allow the youth to become the next politicians. But the youth do not know that the shot of Nigeria is not inside Nigeria. It is literally outside Nigeria. Have you asked yourself, where is your money being printed? Where is the crude oil? I remember reading a comment. Someone said, is it because of this terrorist organization? That's why you're all worried. You want to break away. That person does not understand that there was something that was binding us together from 1914. But there was something that never bound us together. We were one nation. We were one kingdom. Every one of us. It doesn't matter whether you're in the east, the north, the south. We were one kingdom. But one kingdom wanted to superior the rest of the kingdom. And that is where we are today. And who is this kingdom? Who is this kingdom that have decided to overrule every one of us? You talk about, I hope we've started all our broadcasts. Yesterday we didn't, okay, almost the same thing. We lost 2 of our channel yesterday by not starting it. Every day we are streaming live to more than 9 different platforms. Please, some people say you don't always tell people to share. Well, I'm telling you, share. Don't be selfish. We are now on part 169. It's getting hot. If you compare where we started at part 1, you will realize that 169 episodes means a lot of hours. But we are not there yet until we become a free nation. How are we going to be free? What is your politicians saying? Some of you are close to them. Look, we don't have to be enemies with any of the Yoruba politicians, but let us warn them and tell them that we will stand and watch how they want to go into that 2023 election. It doesn't matter who they are. APC, PDP, AAC, who cares? That is when they will know that another set of group of mad people wants to end Nigeria. So when they are saying they're going for election, we say we are not going for election. So when somebody say we are fighting because of terrorists that is in Nigeria, is that not worth fighting for? Number 3, below Afghanistan and Iraq, Global Terrorism Index 2020. Number 3 position. Is that not enough to end and get away from that contraction? They allow Dangote to move in our border. It's going to drive through Southwest to go and deliver cement in Niger or Niger or whatever they call it, Niger, right? But do you know what agreement they've got behind the door that we don't know? So give us cement, we will give you fighter that will come into the country and fight on your behalf. They now realize that when this fight eventually will start, don't think it's not going to start. It will start somewhere, somehow, one day. So what makes him different? Oh, he's the richest man in Africa, using the same wealth from Nigeria to become the richest man in Africa. Why you continue to come on social media to ask for support and help? What is the stand of our Yoruba politician on this Yoruba agitation? When we open the phone line, you'll be able to tell us. What are they telling us? What are they telling you? Are they still thinking that 2023 will come? Or are they also thinking that there will not be 2023, but they cannot come out fully and support the Yoruba nation? Someone spoke to me this morning. We receive a lot of calls. We appreciate every one of you. If I've not replied your message, bear with me. We will get there. I'm the one man doing almost the whole lot. And I'm doing it with a clean heart. Go and check wherever you want to check. Spiritually, physically. I've lost weight. Doesn't matter. We are about to change history. They know whatever we are doing now. That's why I said I am not scared of any one of them. If you're scared of the British government, that is your own palaver. I am not scared of the British government. They can't do any jack shit. I say that all the time. They hear the program. You think they don't hear the program? I live here and so flipping what? My family is here and then so what? What about the remaining family that is back home suffering? Who created the Wahala? The same Wahala they created, they better solve it now. If not, it will become more fire. Are you scared of them? That is your own cup of tea, not mine. Am I scared? No. Scared of Fulani? No. Some people say, oh, they listen to your message. Let them listen. We'll give a damn about them listening to my message. Are we ready? Oh, we are preparing every day. Every second we are preparing. Some people say we don't have the manpower. Let the fight start. You will realize whether we have the manpower or we have the equipment. Don't bring that those kind of calls. Yoruba ready. Keep that to your own family. Tell your family whether they are ready. Don't come and tell us here whether we are ready. Tell your family whether they are ready. Tell your family that. Some people say don't be violent. Don't be violent. When they become violent on our people, somebody get killed. We don't know who killed the person. Somebody get missing. We don't know where the person is. And you say we are not already being violent already. The government is already being violent on the people. A very good afternoon to my mother, Priscilla A. Ajayi. Let's say good afternoon to some of you that have joined us. Jason Lincoln, good afternoon to you. Maybe it's good afternoon. Oyekome, good afternoon. It takes a bit of time, but we will just do it quickly. Emmanuel Adeshina, very good afternoon. There's about 32 of you watching on YouTube. I can only see those that have left comments. Ayodeji Williams, which is my big mother there. Let's look at those of you watching us from Koikimedia Facebook page. If you don't see somebody you know, they're probably watching on another platform. I am streaming live to 9 different channels. Already, our video is in Nigeria. All we need now is your own support so that we can do what they call mass production of those videos. They don't need any internet anymore. There's about 40 episodes of the videos in Nigeria as I speak to you right now. All we need now is your contribution. I'm not talking about the contribution for the Yoruba Rescue Fund. That is different. The contribution so that we can deliver the message straight to their doorstep, bringing the word to their doorstep. Right from village to village, right from rural area to rural area, we will give them the video. They will sit down, they will watch it. We will liberate them and tell them that their politicians are part of their problem, and part of the problem is we need to break away. Olawale Olashukwe, very good afternoon. All hail the Biafra. We are not fighting, the Biafra. We are fighting the Fulani. If you have problem with the Igbo, keep that to yourself. We can deal with that internally, even if you know. Because some of you tend to pretend, but the Igbo people are not good now. Yoruba people are not good as well. Hausa people are not good. I am talking about freedom here. That is what concerns me. I live here for 20 years. I respect the rule of law here. When the time comes, we get a Yoruba nation. The Igbo will respect us right inside there. And they will also do the same thing for me when I go to the Igbo land. Don't come here and tell us what we will, not do or do. All that will be regulated. You don't own the house here. The queen owns the house. Look, I have seen cases when people will say, I'm doing immigration and have a house here. They tell you, sell your bloody house and go back home. So when people say, let us get this right, we are fighting the Fulani. If you want to fight the Igbo, fight them because you have a problem with them. It's got nothing to do with the freedom we're fighting for. When the time comes, I cannot hide that and say, no, when the time comes, the Igbo will respect us right in the southwest, and they will do the same thing for us each time we are coming down to their village. By that time, it will not be a village anymore. We will all be competing. Why do you think the UK citizens are happy that they're out of EU? So that when I want to take this government to the European law of court of law, oh, you don't know. Do you know that when they were part of the EU, when a case is decided here, and I refuse to accept that judgment, I take it to the European court. That is no longer going to happen. That is why Boris Johnson is saying he has delivered to his people. We will deliver a Yoruba nation. People will respect us from inside the Yoruba land. It doesn't matter what investment they have. Alpha Head had the queen crown or the queen logo right on arrows. He ran away from this country because he could not cope with them. They told him, sell off arrows. He was never given a British passport in this country. You think because Igbo people are in Yoruba land, we will deal with them the way we will let them deal with us. That time, we will not be civilized. We will do it the way we believe, and they will respect our constitution then. Don't be scared to say that. That's nothing to be saying that we are fighting them. No, it will just be like that. I live here for 20 years. I am not following the law in Nigeria. I follow the law here. That is why some of you, when you travel out of the country, you think that you can use the driver license of that shithole country. That fucking country that is not working. Oh, you think you have a driver license. You come here, you say, you have, tell us about that. I have international. The policeman says, are you mad? Are you mad at all? Is that country? You say you have driver license in that country, Nigeria. I thought you would say you have driver license from Belgium and we allow you to drive here. Do you know how many Nigerians have come here and they've gone to prison? Some of them, they've deported them back home just because of the shit-hole driver license. You don't know what that means. So the Igbo will respect us when we eventually get the land and our freedom, and they will do the same thing to us. That does not mean we are enemies. It's because we must respect the land. It's the constitution of the land. They will not decide for us then. You think the Igbo will decide for us? No! So let us focus where we are going. We are fighting the common enemy, the Fulani man. Oh, why you are fighting? Stupid people. Do you know these guys control the oil and gas? Very powerful program yesterday. So don't be, upset, or say, the Igbo people are, they buy every land in Nigeria. Let them buy everywhere. It doesn't matter. That is not our common enemy. Our common enemy is the Fulani man. A president opened up the flag of a terrorist organization right inside Aso Rock. That was a message he was passing to his people. You don't know how these things work. A president was opening a flag of a terrorist organization and they were happy. We captured. They were all playing games with our mind. Let's say good afternoon again to those of you that have joined from Dublin to Canada, wherever you're watching from. The call is already coming. Let's see. Please do not call. You're going to stop what I'm doing. Hello, caller.
Hello, Mogabukori. Can I just quickly make comments with regards to this sensation about Igbo dominating the southern?
Go ahead.
Southwestern.
Make it quick, please. Go ahead.
You see, sometimes I don't. You're actually on track. You and Tobama being in the Kobin, Cherry. If Oduduwa Republic comes, we have our laws, we have our bylaws, which every person living amongst us we obey. It has nothing to do with hatred. We want to, because at that point, when we have our country, where Biafra or whatever have their own country, our citizen comes first. So the issue of, especially I hear my Yoruba folks keep saying Igbos are buying, things are buying. You can't buy what does not belong to you. You know, you hopefully by God's grace, we are anticipating that very soon this contraption will be destroyed and everybody will go on his own way. Build your culture, build your children, create a space for the generation unborn. Do things the way you want. We all are in the Western world. Yeah. We see how Nigerians obey rules. But once they come back to the country, you see how miserable they live lives. So you are pretty much on track. I'm only calling you.
Thank you very much, my brother, and I really appreciate it. All right, thank you. All right, since one person have called so that we are not being biased, we opened the phone line, but at exactly maybe 10-20 minutes, I will close it again. Do you know what you are looking at in front of you? Boris Johnson is now the most happiest man saying we are ending free movement and introducing a point-based immigration system. Boris Johnson, the Prime Minister, an Englishman. Maybe you don't know. Let me show you his face. This is his official Twitter handle. Boris Johnson tweeted yesterday he is now happy that they are leaving EU. So what makes you unhappy when we say we will regularize everybody? I want to know who I'm. Look, do you know how many people have become 419 even in that country for the reason that the country doesn't have a good database from both sides? So when people talk, it's because we don't have a system. We don't have a law where anybody control, okay, let's give an example. Why do you think a lot of people, you buy a mobile phone in this country, after 1 week, you say you are not happy, you take it back. Can you do that in Nigeria? They will tell you, are you mad? Are you mad? Which country are you coming from? They'll be telling you, it's because we don't have a system that is working. But Boris Johnson is telling the British, is happy to tell the British citizen that they are going to now see a free, that they are now going to see a free ending. Free ending. That means what they mean by open barrier. There will not be anything like free movement. Do you know why? Because they don't want all these people from Yugoslavia, from Slovakia, all these people just coming in. Let me give an example. I remember I was telling somebody, on the call, oh, my camera is off. Because you would not see my expression. Let me turn my camera on. Sometimes I think we had all the children in the home yesterday. Let me explain what that means. At some point, if I go out on my street, you see people just sitting down all over the place. EU country. But the moment they get here, they have access to benefits. It's because UK was under EU law. They were just coming here. Go outside now. I'm sure you have them in your own borough. While you are working your house as a black man, as a Nigerian, so much you love Nigeria, but you know that even when you want to get a British passport, they will tell you very, very disrespectful. For a Nigerian, the British that colonized us will now tell me that you still need to go and do TOEFL English test before they give you British passport, before they give you residence. Do you know how disrespectful that is? and a man coming from his village. I remember when I used to have a shop, I realized that these people were coming, and I asked them, the child, this child that you're collecting benefit from, where is he? Why are you laughing? What they were doing was, those children were never in UK, but they were collecting benefit for them. All that is why Boris Johnson said, we are ending free movement. So why are you worried? Our worry now is, how do we come out of Nigeria peacefully? Look, don't worry because they keep talking about war. We have to prepare your mind, but who doesn't like to go peacefully? Who doesn't like to go peacefully? Let us go after them and then secure the border, just like our friend there, Trump, wanted to do. We secure the border. We know who is coming in and who is going out. But the question remains, what is the Yoruba politician saying on this agitation? What are they saying? Boris Johnson said, we are delivering on the promises we made to the British people to take back control of our borders and implement a fair and firm immigration system. So that then, maybe they were still thinking that they will get more Nigerians. By that time, a Yoruba nation will be existing. A Middle Belt will be existing. A Biafra. If they like, let Nigeria break to 20 countries. Vienna is only 1.8 million people. Who cares? Yes, Ethiopia is at war for the third time in one country. And so what? It's because they still have not got what they want. We must fight to defend and get what belongs to us. We've been overrun for too long. We have all kept quiet. But now that we are talking, it seems the seat is getting hot on them as well. Now they realize that, àwọn ọmọ boys, àwọn ọmọ Yoruba tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí, it's not going to be easy for them. Why should I be scared each time you are inside the country? That is not country. You might disagree with him, but we will continue to monitor and see that Omoyele Showore's life is at threat as we speak. You don't have to agree with him. He's still a human being. Even if some of you say he's not a Yoruba man, it doesn't matter. Even if he just wants to go, even if they believe in one Nigeria, even those that were killed every day, we must fight for them. Let's go back to Boris Johnson quickly. What is our Yoruba politician saying? You see, our fantastic Kickstart scheme has created 19,000 jobs for the young people across UK, from fitness to social care to TV and film. Young people are our future, whereas in Nigeria, young people is the other way around. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà nílé ṣe làákàyè yín ò kí ń sọ fún yín pé gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì yín ni problem. Oh, ní láti báyàwó ẹ sùn nínú ilé. You don't have to sleep with your wife and then you're looking for a politician to give you medicine money so that you can deliver that baby at an hospital that does not have gas. Do you know what that means? Young people are our future. We will determine to make sure they can kickstart their career as we build back a better from the pandemic. Let's go straight and hear what this man, I'm sure a lot of you knows him, Rotimi Akeredolu, the governor of Ondo State, a state that I've been to their website, I've been following everything on that site. You can realize that that site itself, right, is not functioning. This is the Ondo State website. Before I go and play the video, this is the official website. A state that does not have an interactive website. But yet, the man with this Funfun is saying now, talking about a social media guide. All this is just image. Nothing is working. So when you see computer like this, don't be tourism. They are looking for 16 people in Ondo State. Don't even think about tourism. You cannot invest there. It's a shit old country. Very good afternoon to you, Baba Michael Oguntoyibo. All the pastors, the imams, every one of you, satanic, demonic, wicked, and evil politicians, just like this one here. Evil, blood suckers, every one of them. Let's go straight. Let's go into the news of this website. Let's see what we can get for the news. The last time a news was posted on this website was September 29. And do you know why? It was when it was campaigning for election. So that is September 29. We are now in November 12. This state government, with all the young people there looking for jobs that they could have put on this site, updating the site every day, feeding the news, feeding everything. The last time this site that talked about any kind of news was September. And you say, these are serious people. The last time the Ondo State government website was updated for any kind of news was September 29, 2020. And that was when it was campaigning for the second time. Somebody say embassy website isn't working either. No, I am telling you that we have a big problem. But what are the politicians saying? But yet, they are quick to come out and talk about social media guide. But in their state, the social media itself is not functioning. The state where Akeredolu, let's go and look into more of it. I've just shown you one. Remember, take note. Let me increase the face of it so that you can see, because I can see that it looks like a little bit tiny. Okay. Remember these. September 29 was the last time the government official website was updated. So where is all the manpower in that state? Where is all the manpower? Are we saying that we don't have any youth? Now come back to what Boris Johnson is saying. You can see that we have two different types of politicians. 19,000 jobs created by Kickstart across the country. Even though they have their own wahala as well. But you can see in Ondo State government website, the last time they updated that site for a news was September 29. We have another caller on the line. Hello, good afternoon, caller. Hello, caller. Hello, caller. Are you calling for the show or you're calling on a private call? Because we're live on the broadcast. All right, I'm going to take that away because we don't want anyone to waste our time. Let's go into the state law. They're all 419. All right. All right, we can't hear you, and then you can't hold us behind. Hello, caller.
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Ekason, good afternoon.
I'm from Nigeria. I just want to greet you.
Okay, Shegoni, sir. Shegoni, Baba. Amen. Amen.
We are always watching you.
Shegoni, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
I'll be with you.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Yoruba nation.
Shegoni, inshallah. Ashedumari. Shegoni. Thank you, sir. Shegoni. All right, bye-bye. I do appreciate everybody. We are still before I go into the video, I am still looking at the Ondo State government official website. A state that has the largest bitumen, is it in Africa? If I'm right. Is it the largest? If I'm right. Shit all country. They are all 419. I'm looking at the state law. According to Ondo State Public Procurement, law established that the state board. All right, we have another caller coming through. Hello, caller. Yeah.
And if you in fact, Cherry, our Yoruba, this is the time we need to stand up. Cherry, when you're right, there's a big problem for us.
Okay.
No one of them is in a new town. Okay, one position, there are avenues to create jobs in that country.
Oh, yes.
They are not creating anything new.
No, they're not ready.
In terms of urban development, nothing.
Nothing. Okay.
Kí ni wọ́n bá ń fowó ṣe nǹkan tẹ́ ṣe tó jẹ́ pé ìlú ìlú wọn á kàn ṣe ọ̀nà kan ọ̀nà yẹn ó ti tó ọ̀nà tí ò jẹ́ kó gbé bóyá 100,000 ló ṣe á sọ 100 million lòún ṣe wọ́n á ṣe. In fact, they are traveling, let them come to Singapore and see báwo ni wọ́n ṣe ń develop òlu and they know. In fact, bóyá àwọn èèyàn wa mo wá mọ̀ bóyá ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ẹlòmíín mọ̀ bóyá mo jáde lójú wọn ò ṣe là ní. They are not doing anything. In terms of housing, in terms of anything, this is the time we should stop them. We should start campaigning for people. We need to stop all these people.
I am still looking at one state, Ondo State. Ondo State, Jason says, how do we support on live broadcast, brother? I don't get that message. Is it calling in or supporting the media? Which one are you talking about? A very good afternoon once again, Mama Mary for look at Mofi Tawotawa, Kibubai Mamawa, Ayo Brown. Every one of you, Mamawa Ajala, Tajuddin Sikiru. If I've not mentioned your name, I do appreciate everybody. I am talking about Ondo State. Ondo State is a state in Nigeria created. Okay, looks like another call is coming through. And this is a direct call from Nigeria. Hello, caller.
Hello.
Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò.
Ẹ máa kú iṣẹ́ o.
Àwa ni ẹ o.
Ẹ̀mọ́ yóò wà lá pẹ̀lú yín o.
Àmì Jésù bàbá wa. Ẹ ṣé gan.
Lórúkọ Jésù ọjà sí orí o.
Àmì bàbá. Kí lorúkọ yín sáyìn bọ́lẹ̀ tí ń pè wá? Mo rí pé ohun yẹn jọ tàgbàlagbà. Àgbà yẹn á dalẹ̀ o.
Àìṣe o.
Ẹ máa.
Gẹ́gẹ́ bí Joseph.
Okay. Ẹ ra sà. Ẹ ṣé gan ni sà. Ẹ ṣé gan ni sà. Ẹ ṣé gan ni sà. Àmì Jésù. Àmì Jésù. Àmì Jésù. Àmì. Àmì.
Ọlọ́run àwọn bàbá aláwa lórúkọ Jésù yóò tì í lẹ́yìn dópin.
Àmì Jésù.
Ẹni bá wò ó kó máa wá gbogbo ọ̀nà láti yọ ilé ẹnu lórúkọ Jésù ọ̀hún ló yọ wọ́n lẹ́nu.
Àmì Jésù.
Lákòókò yìí gan gbogbo àwọn kúkú ìjẹ́lẹ̀ ẹ̀fẹ́ kó jáde ẹjọ́ kẹjẹ́ ó tètè tẹ̀ wá lọ́wọ́.
Ó ti wà rẹ̀ lágbára Ọlọ́run by this weekend aláti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí roll out díẹ̀díẹ̀ lágbára Ọlọ́run ni mo sọ lágbára Ọlọ́run á débi kíbi tẹ́ bá wà a máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí roll out so àwọn èèyàn lè fa àǹfààní wá lè gbọ́ ní àgbọ́yé dáadáa ní àgbọ́yé ni mo sọ ẹ ṣé gan ni bàbá wa thank you very much sir ẹ ṣé gan ni sir. Ó máa láìpẹ́ ṣe sùúrù ẹ máa dọ́dọ̀ yín bàbá wa nílọrin handbill tá a fi ránṣẹ́ ó ti dé lọrin màá ní kó díẹ̀ wá bá yín màá ní kó díẹ̀ àwọn tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ fún wa ó ti dé lọrin ní àná àbí handbill tá a fi ránṣẹ́ ó ti dé lọrin so àá ní kó díẹ̀ wá bá yín ẹ ṣé gan ni bàbá wa ọ̀dà ẹ ṣé gan ni lágbára Ọlọ́run. Let's quickly come back here to this man. I'm talking about your Ondo State governor. A governor that is talking about social media. Let's play that video a little bit.
The meeting also released information on social media. You recognize the damaging and negative impact of fake news and worry about its destructive and dangerous potential. But item 12 of your communique says that the federal government should ensure that technology is used effectively for the advancement of the Nigerian security and not its destruction, by working with the technology social media platforms. Well, you know that the federal government have been talking about censoring social media on the one hand. So we want to understand just what the Southwest leaders have decided about the social media precisely, because it would seem like item 12 and item 11 are not particularly on the same page.
Well, those items you refer to, what we have decided is not that anybody wants to gag. We never took the decision that social media be gagged. No. But we're all clear as to the effect of fake news and false news. And there's no government that will sit back and allow such news items to go without a way of copying it or restricting it. So at the end of the day, I will realize what it did in this NSAS or the aftermath of NSAS, because I don't believe NSAS ended before the hoodlums took over. When the hoodlums took over, a lot of fake news were fed to the public. People were reacting to it. False news were fed to the public. They reacted to it. Led to destruction of properties. Lagos, Akure, everywhere. So no responsible government will just sit back. And what the communique is saying that, look, we must look into it. There must be gatekeepers. Yes, you want to publish any news you like, but there must be gatekeepers using technology that will be able to at least go on as you are trying to send out this your fake news that can sieve what is right and what is wrong. You can say it will be subjective, fair enough, because we cannot, the government will not allow everybody to just throw in whatever it likes. So we have the gates can be kept and maintained through technology so that fake and false news are not allowed to go.
A state that have not used technology to find Iyaloja that has been taken from Ondo State. State tí kò ní technology láti fi mọ who is the Fulani, who are the people living in the state. A state that does not have any hope for the citizen. A state that have not used the same technology is now talking about technology as if you only need to go and look at the website and realize that it's a shit hole. This is Ondo State. A state that has everything that you can think of. Let's read some of his profile. You realize that some of them, you really want to know, how did they manage to get this profile? Who is he? And I'm not here, to downgrade him, but I am here to tell this man, this Koro 419 man, that it's better to prepare that a Yoruba nation is about to come, whether he likes it or not. Go and tell him the message so. Who is he? Akeredolu Oluwarotimi Udulayo. He was born on the 21st of July 1956 in Owo, in Ondo State, to the blah, 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 blah. He's known as Aketi 419. He later proceeded. These were people, as at 1968, enjoy the regional system of that country then. But now, he is a governor. That governor cannot update a website since September 29. No database of any of the citizens in Ondo State. And sometimes they say he was also a lawyer. He become a law student or whatever, proceed to law in 1978. Ibolotiri. They are all 419. And then they cram it very loud and clear. He's a devoted Christian. But yet, people were killed. People are missing. People are dying of hunger. Remember the video of one of the actors that was also saying the general hospital in Ondo State is. Can anybody call me and give me any update on the general hospital in Ondo State, please? Plus 4475945050. So maybe I'm the one talking too much. Ondo State, this is their website. This is Ondo State website. I have just shown you a website of a state governor. Ṣẹ̀rẹ́ ìtẹ̀ wà nílé, àwa la máa là yín lóye. Ó dà pé ẹ̀yin tẹ̀ wà nílé, understand pé damage làwọn people ń ṣe fún yín. I will now show you something. I'm going to compare a state with a local government here in UK. Just one local government. Any local government. I'm going to go at random. Let's go now to Google, Ifa, and let's go. Remember, we have looked at the state governor website. The state, I'm talking about the whole state, right? Let's now come and say Southwark. London Borough of Southwark. I want to go into their website. No. Who's talking about Southern Kaduna? I'm not talking about Southern Kaduna. I'm talking about Southwark. Southwark. London Borough of Southwark. I'm just going to go on their website. Now, let's go into this website. and let's do comparison. It's loading up. Use recommendation. Now, this is a government, this is a local government website, Southern Council. Let's go into the home page. Let's go into it. You can make a payment. Technology is working there. So that means you can do all these things without going to the council's office. You don't need to know who is the councillor, who is the chancellor. You don't need to know any goddamn person. We are talking about technology. Always put it at the back of your mind. We are comparing this now to the state with this 419 man, right? Remember that. Don't take your mind away from there. This is you can pay for, these are things that you can do from the website. You can pay council tax. You can also check for coronavirus restriction fixed penalty notice. You can also do the SODOC income enforcement services, planning and building control, business rate, legal payment, overpayment of housing benefit, business improvement district key, request a key or a form, pay a parking fine, rent and service charges, step by step, birth and death and marriage certificate. Let's go into that one because that is more of interest. How many people have died today in Ondo State? Èèyàn mélòó ló wà lóńdó tó ti kú lẹ́ni nísìn tí gómìnà yín àbí local government tó lè sọ pé èèyàn báyìí ló ti kú. You can request for a copy of a birth certificate right from the website. You can also request for a copy of marriage certificate. You can request for a copy of a civil partnership certificate, a copy of death certificate. This is a local government, right? Let's go back again, one step back. You can do more. Homeowner payment, cemetery and crematorium services, commercial rent, general invoices, BMX track London. Now, let's leave that. Let's come back again to the home page. What more can you do? Can you go and find out any school services? Can you find out about the latest news? Remember, we came here. We couldn't find any news. Remember, the last news on your state governor website was the one before his 419 campaign as at 29th of September 2020. Right? Remember that. This was the last time we saw any kind of news posted. Let's see, maybe this was also the same with the Southern Council. Let's go and read the news there. The latest news from here, from what I can see here, says on the 4th of November, there was a Remembrance Sunday with the little different to previous year because of the COVID-19. There was another news, a message to the resident from the leader. Let's read the message. Kini message don't jade. What? This is what we are expecting in a Yoruba nation land when it eventually becomes reality. This cannot happen in Nigeria because they don't want you to know any jack shit. They don't want you to know. We are here to educate and tell you why you must start moving away from the politicians. And before I go further, let's play this. PTOs. 419 PTOs. Let's play this just to go into the track. Let's play it a little bit. Let's play that. That is Timaya. I'm sure you all remember. Let's play this.
Hello Nigerians, so she be on the enemy, yo. Don't be waiting them me talk, oh. This was not what they promised us, so them tell us that they go bring the change, oh. Oh no 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 no. As the thing they go, situation is just a bad, oh. Hey, as they break, things is just a hard, oh. No food to chop, every day dollar they rise, oh. See the people down they cry, oh. Politicians, please pity for us. I beg, read the bag. See my people done they die. Please pity for us. Politicians, please pity for us. Oh no no.
With all your life,
I pledge to Nigeria,
can
my
you
country.
pledge to Nigeria
With all my heart.
with all your heart?
Anywhere I go to Nigeria.
419
Anything I do to Nigeria.
you
Anywhere I go to
pledge to
Nigeria.
Nigeria with no
See my
security?
house is not for Nigeria. I invest in my
Can you
Nigeria.
invest in Nigeria?
Everything I plan for Nigeria. Politicians show some love. Oh no 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 no.
That is the question.
Believe us, oh. Believe-
Let's pause Timaya. And very good afternoon. Are you still thinking of investing in Nigeria? I'm asking you. Look at our people. The same food that was kept, given to them. The food were not bought by the state government, but yet they store it away. I'm not asking you. Do you still believe in Nigeria? Those of you talking about Nigeria. I'm asking you this afternoon. Do you still believe in one Nigeria? Oh, you want me to remind you? Let's remind you. Let's change it and go back to the music. Let's change the background. Maybe some of you have forgotten. Let's start showing some of the atrocity. 20 years old, killed by Nigeria. A student of Taisho Larin University, 200 level, killed by the police. Do you want to see another one? Let's show you. You want me to play the music while I'm running the video? Let's play the music. Once again, a very good afternoon.
Politicians have mercy on us. I beg we the beg. We don't pay the thing done the bad. Please pity for us. Politicians, please pity for us. Oh no 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 no. As we sit down, they complain today. Our God, right, food for our body. As we there for here, we they complain our only food for our body. Oh, hey, search your conscience. Oh, we self we no good. Oh, make we live right. Oh, we self we know they try. I don't say everyday politicians steal our money. I don't say politicians carry our money go overseas. People they die. Politicians just they smile. Oh, people they die. Oh, their children they overseas. Pity for us. Pity for us. Politicians have mercy on us. We don't need die. Anything we do, please pity for us. Politicians have mercy on us. Oh no 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 no. Hey, this is painful. Oh, my maker.
Let's come back here again. Remember, a message was sent to those residents of Southern Council. This is just a local government compared to this contraction you call a state government. This is a local government. Let's read the message. A message to the resident from the leader of the Southern Council as new national restrictions begin on Thursday. As a new lockdown approach, Southern Council leader is urging residents to stay home to stay safe. The new national restriction begin on the 5th of November, a time when traditionally people gather to watch the fireworks together. But with most display cancelled nationwide this year, it is important to remember why. Cases of COVID-19 are on the increase across the country, and the leader of the council, Councillor Kieran Williams, is reminding residents that this year they need to stay at home. It is very, very important. I'm not going to read everything. Now, do you know that this man also, there's a kind of link. Let's go into that link. This is where technology is working. That shit old country you call Nigeria, there's no link. Nothing is flipping working. This is just a local government. I want to show one more from this local government. Do you know that so many things is there for you to read? Let us go into it. Meetings. What was the last meeting? You can click and go into the audit of the government, of the local government. Audit governances and standard subcommittee. You can click on that. It's going to open more. Then you can go into view the attendance statistics, browse the meeting, view contact details of members of this committee, view declaration of interest. Let's go into to know Browse the meeting and agenda of this committee. This is how technology works. This is how. Now, this all took place. According to this Audit and Governance and Standards Subcommittee, Councillor Deborah, the MBE, member room, it gives you the details, it gives you the address. You can also now download what was said there as well. According to this, click the following link to download the electronic contact card. You can even download the electronic contact card of this person. This is what we are talking about, technology. We're going to come back here a little bit and hear this nasty man.
Wow. That is what we are saying we will exploit. If you have to get to Facebook to get some of them, there are areas in some countries in which they must have managers. And if any fake news come out, they will be responsible themselves. Facebook will be responsible. You can have such band that will restrict what comes out, not because they won't restrict my personal conversation, they won't restrict what I'm saying to my friends. But if I want to take out news and say that thousands have been or hundreds have been killed in Lekki, Toge, for instance, then before it comes out, I must have evidence of people who died on the ground. Show me. And if it's not there, I will say to you, you cannot use my band to propagate such a news item. That's what we are saying. So there must be a way in which people, a technology, I know the technology exists, they're using it everywhere, using it in Russia, using it in China. We are not saying we should go there out, but they're using it even every other place. So nobody, if we cannot be disciplined enough to be able to know that we don't turn out.
My question now to this governor is, ṣé ìjẹ́ yìí ń lo technology fún àwọn aráàlú yín? Ǹjẹ́ technology tí ẹ wá ń sọ roborobo that you are speaking all this grammar because you believe that you are educated, you are moron. Moron. The same technology that you cannot use to improve the state level, increase the youth that are roaming around with no job in Ondo State. I've been there twice. I met him before. Let me show you the picture with him. He's saying, tell the diaspora to come. Come where? They're all 419. Let me show you. I say, if you think the Yoruba politicians that are still thinking that they want to go for another election, tell them now, we are not going for another election. This will be the last election they can ever think of. Let me quickly bring, my trip to Ondo State. See if I can get that up. It's already saved somewhere. And that was my visit to Ondo State. When I tell you, every one of them, that was me when I went to cover the Ondo Auto Rally. Can you see me there? Okay, we have a caller from Turkey. Hello, caller. Hello.
Yes.
You need to mute the back. You need to mute the background one, please.
Yes, the background.
Yeah, everyone's okay. Go ahead.
I'm calling from Cyprus.
Yeah.
I've been watching your program since the end began. Congratulations. I'm happy that there's someone doing it. My main question that I wanted to ask is how do we generate this nation of Oduduwa? There are so many things that are blocking the way. Like it is the United Kingdom government that formed this shithole country called Nigeria in the first place. What are the steps? What are the procedures that we can do legally, or what is the plan that we can do to separate from this country of this shithole?
Okay.
This is what I've been trying to find out.
All right. Okay, we'll try and answer to the best ability and my understanding, but continue to enjoy the show. I will answer that.
Sorry?
Continue to enjoy the show while I'll answer that. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, brother. Thank you very much. The question, let me leave this shit over. I told you. Look, when we went to cover, I'm going to come back to that question, my brother. When I went to cover the event on behalf of one organization, they're called Walk and Play. It's a big event. It's a motor race. There's no technology in that village that we travel to in Ondo State. You can see there, 2018. You know, camera do not lie. Look at the date. Look at the temperature. This is not joint copy together. No. It was called the Ondo Auto Rally, Walk and Play. When he's talking about technology like this, they are all liars. I asked him question. I hope I can find the video one day and play it. I throw the question to him. They will always say the diaspora to come home. You are going to be missing like Yaloja. Let's move away from this scene. The last caller did ask. We'll come back to that. We're going to open the phone line and then we can start taking calls. The last caller was asking, how do we, let's change the background as well. Let's just continue to remember the Lekki massacre and those in Southeast where there were so many killings. The question that has been asked by so many people, how do we leave Nigeria? What are the steps that we need to do? What are the things that we need to do? Let's start from what the, our Professor Banji Akintoye, he made us understand that this will be done without no bloodshed. That's what the professor has continued to say. We don't believe in what the Afenifere are saying. That's their own problem. I sit here and say so. I don't care what anybody says. The Afenifere has been there sitting and milking and whatever they think of. They can start another process. But what they've been telling us is restructuring that the government will never give them. Even we saw the Southwest traditional ruler. We played that to you yesterday, saying that they want the federal government to go back to true federalism. How that is? So the federal government will now devolve power. We give us the police. We give us everything. You think that's going to happen? But they did say inside that, communique that we will go into disintegration. The same way that Baba Adeboye said. But let's focus back. So many people want to know what will be the real thing to take us out of Nigeria. What will be it? Like I said, Professor Banji Akintoye said, we will come out peacefully. We will lobby. We will speak to international community around the world. Nigerians and the Yoruba people that are there will then continue to push the message to all community to community. Is that only going to solve the problem? We've already started what we know as petition and poll. That is also another area. Is that going to help? But before we go further, it will be nice to hear this video again. And then when I come back, I will tell you what I think and how I feel we will come out of Nigeria. But before I do that, we must play this video. I hope I have it here somewhere. I just hope so. I hope so. If not, I have to quickly bring it from the other device. But it shouldn't be that far. I should have it here. We've played it before. If not, I'll continue talking until I get the video up. While I'm trying to get that video up, I thought I've got it here. But it doesn't seem to be on this. Oh, very unusual. All right. Let's continue while I get that video up. So what am I trying to say? I won't say what I want to say until I play that video. So when people say, how do we leave Nigeria? What are the steps that we need to do? A lot of people believe that diplomacy will work. A diplomacy will put pressure. A diplomacy will put so much pressure on the government and the rest of the people will then allow us to go freely out of Nigeria. Is that your own position as well? The video I'm looking for is not on this machine. So bear with me. We work with technology, not those contraction. This is my flash drive. I'm sure your governor does not even know what is flash drive. I'm all weary system. So what I'm going to do now, right, while I'm talking, I'll quickly, it doesn't take long. This is what we are saying, not the analog system, not all the lies, but let me play that video more, and then I will answer that brother in my own way of how I believe that we should leave Nigeria. But let me go back. I will leave this picture of myself and your governor just to tell you that every one of them do not have any human sympathy for everybody. Let's play more of that video while I'm getting ready myself.
News that can cause a lot of damage in the society, then the government itself must be proactive enough to find a way at least to control it. That's what we are saying.
You know, some are always quick to also say, while that is being done, what about statements made by political actors during campaigning, divisive statements and whatnot? I recall we had a conversation with you and you called them political gunshots. So in the same vein, do you think that should be, applied to all those statements made by political actors, politicians, during, before, or after elections, all those statements? Do you think that should be applied to?
Thank you for that. Luckily, you have not pointed out to where these political gunshots have led to mayhem. Because among politicians, they know themselves. Do you think we take ourselves too seriously? We know what it is when you go on
the local government elections. During the local government elections in your state, in Idori, for example, we saw violence, and in other areas. So, if you say these statements don't lead to violence, I wonder, with the violence we have seen, what was responsible for that then?
I thank you. Said during the local government election, can you tell me, because you have to be specific, what statement led to that? That is it. What statement led to that?
So you're saying that the statements made by political actors, divisive statements that tend to make people go violent, you're saying they are not related to the violence we see before?
He cannot tell you the truth because he's a liar. That man, Babaye Onironi, you can see that they're asking him, even by asking, and me when he said, remember we saw the violence that took place before the election. But now you can see, Enwe Wakara, kò lè sọ̀rọ̀ jáde dáadáa lẹ́nu mọ́. Kò lè sọ̀rọ̀ jáde lẹ́nu mọ́. Kò lè ṣe kíni, kò lè sọ̀rọ̀ jáde lẹ́nu mọ́. Because they are all bloody liars, bloodsuckers. The same one that gives AK-47 to hoodlums to be shooting everybody that they can kill is now saying social media, oh, we must use technology wisely. Mad people all over the place. Mad people all over the place. And this one will also say he is a grandfather. He's got, I'm sure, ask him now. All his children are probably not even in Nigeria. Let's go back into the video I wanted to show you earlier. I've got the video now. Then I will answer that caller what I believe and I think the way to come out of Nigeria. But this is what, part of what our leader, Professor Banji Akintoye, believes in the line that we should come out of Nigeria. I disagree with that, but he thinks that we can go out of Nigeria peacefully without any bloodshed. Okay, that is what he's saying. But let me bring this up quickly and hear the other way around. A very good afternoon to you. Let us hear this video.
The Yoruba-speaking tribe of Nigeria has been accepted as the 45th member of the Unrepresented Nations and Peoples Organization. Leader of the Yoruba World Congress, Professor Banji Akintoye, says the membership represents a very important step in the collective quest of well-meaning Yoruba people to achieve the goal of dignity and self-determination.
It is my great pleasure and pride to inform you that the Yoruba nation has been admitted to the membership of UNPO. UNPO means Unrepresented Nations and Peoples Organization, with its headquarters in The Hague. The UNPO expressed their gladness to welcome the Yoruba nation as a new member of UNPO, and they're looking forward to working with us. It is important because it is a great stride, and it represents a very important step in our collective quest to achieve the goal of dignity in the country in which we live, and also to achieve the goal of self-determination for our nation. Our Yoruba nation now has a voice on the international stage via the machinery of the UNPO, which maintains a permanent presence before the United Nations and before other international agencies like the European Union, the African Union, the United States government, and the governments of various other countries across the world.
Heard what he has to say. My question now is, will diplomacy work for our exit? Should we put more pressure? Who are we going to put pressure on? The Nigerian government? The British? United Nations? Who exactly are we going to put pressure on? The only way out of this mess is to prepare to fight. That is the only way out. That is the only language that the international community will listen to and then enable us to break away from Nigeria. Anything far short than that, we're talking about another 50, 60, maybe another 100 years before you can ever talk about a Yoruba nation. But when we start to fight them, we fight them back, then we will come on a round table as quickly as possible. Yes, there will be death. Yes, there will be humanitarian crisis. But we all know that already Nigeria is on a humanitarian crisis. Anything short than that is going to be a long, long process. Let's allow some of you to call. Maybe you can disagree with me. +4475 940 Yoruba politicians, let's warn them. We're not going into, I'm not going to play that much of that nonsense of that Akeredolu. You've got the message I wanted to show you. You've seen the difference between the council, the local government here, and your state. So when those of you in Ondo State saying that so we should go for another election, I hope you can see that you can't go for another election because that is going to be the same madness. That is going to be the same madness. And hear it loud and clear again. We have to prepare to fight for what belongs to us. Anything short than that is going to be a very, very long process. And in that process, the Fulani can take you away. Let's go straight to our caller.
Good morning. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Welcome on board.
Yeah, please, I would just like to ask about the, thank you, God bless you. Please, I'd just like to ask about the Yoruba nation. Is it news today or is it from the, the one, is it, I think you've just put it on a while ago.
No, that has been on. That has been since last year, but the inauguration took place during the COVID. That is just the registration with the UNPO, not the United Nations. You're talking about the video I just played now. That video is UNPO. It's two different things.
Yes.
I'll explain that to everybody now. So don't get confused. That is not United Nations. It's just UNPO. What does UNPO mean? Let me quickly, give you the, a background of that. When you drop, I'll give a background of that quickly. So that people do not.
I would like to say thank you. Okay.
All right, that's fine. Thank you very much. All right.
Well,
let's
go.
Hello? Yeah, we can still hear you. Go ahead.
I'd like to say thank you for the lady, and the lady from the commodity commissioner.
Oh, we're gonna use the video before we go.
I watched the video.
Oh yeah, we
I was really. And I was really shocked.
All right. Don't reveal the cut yet until I play it. You have watched it. Not everybody have watched it. Don't reveal the cut yet.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. Thank you. Bye.
We have morons running the affairs of that country, and as long as you believe in that Nigeria, you will have morons that say after 30 years, all they can offer you is now they can do kilichi, and you say Yoruba man, you have PhD. You have 2 PhD, but an Hausa man sit in a what do I want to call it? In one of the government parastatal and say for 30 years, all we can bring out in this DNA of technology that we have now done kilichi using technology. You can see that they are mad and we are mad. And what crazy? Our gone crazy. No, our gone crazy because I think Bangolaye so gbogbo crazy. Now, ni ọpọlọ gbogbo náà ṣe ń ṣí pé no gbogbo á ti crazy because tó bá yẹ pé àwọn ìyá wa ti takú pé ọmọ mi ṣe lè gba 178 cut off mark kò lè wọ Unilag ọmọ Haúsá tó gba 100 á wọ Unilag gbogbo á ti crazy nísìnyí lọpọlọ wa ṣe ń ṣí. Let's go back into the UNPO a little bit. It's not United Nations. It's called UNPO. What is UNPO? Unrepresented People Organization. As you can see, the Yoruba World Congress is still there, even though they say they are now Omo Ilana Dudua. I hope all this will be changed. These are giving a lot of contradiction. A lot of people are confused. Which one should we follow? Should we follow Yoruba World Congress? Let's follow everybody. But let me remind you, prepare to fight. You might not like it, but go and prepare. One year I want sílé na yẹn ló ṣe ń pariwo. Ìgbà tá sílé kan ìtẹ̀wá nìkan kí ló ṣe fún yín? Kò ń ṣe pípa ló ń pa yín lójoojúmọ́. Kò ń ṣe pípa ló ń pa yín lójoojúmọ́. So this is what UNPO means. It's just the unrepresented people organization. It's different from the United Nations. But United Nations, they will say, we need United Nations to authorize us to go. When we fight, United Nations will know that we need to go. But for now, as far as they're concerned, we are not fighting. There's problem. Yes, every country has a problem for them. Fulani is killing us. It's not the first time people are being killed. 12th of November 2020. Some people have got, everything has gone quiet now. Nobody wants to fight. I think Shojo Abi. Erumbawa. Erumbawa Abi. Erumbawa. Erumbawa, because we don't want to die. But the Fulani is not scared of you. Fulani is not scared of you. Fulani is ready to take you out. Fulani is ready to kill you. Why do you think they created Boko Haram? So that you can be scared in your pants. You can be scared in your panty. Wow, long time, my brother. I know you're always with us online. Good afternoon. Can we talk with my brother?
Good afternoon, Mr. Quickie.
Welcome on board.
Yes, sir.
Benny.
It's very, very important. We have to get our authority right.
Yeah.
Yoruba, we are not, we don't want to fight. We are not, but we need to be prepared.
Yes, definitely.
Because there is something,
Yeah.
So,
Give me an idea. It would be.
Yeah.
Is
oh, yes.
So, we have to be prepared. We have to get ready. Because if you say Tabani and Fecha, that's the reason why. Yeah. And Russia president, so it's only one thing. Only if you have a bomb, nobody will need to fight. See, that's the reason why America or Russia because they know Russia is going to retaliate. So, see, Abani only. See, any think twice. So that's the reason why the Yoruba we have to think. We have to be ready.
Okay.
Taba ready. Taba fe kuru Fulani onija because if the Fulani no pay, time back people know you, they are going to retaliate. See, there won't be fight. So we have to get that priority right. So that's my contribution.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for.
Thank you, my brother, for staying tuned with us as well. We appreciate everybody on the broadcast, from the Igbo, the Biafra, even the Hausa that they say they are watching us. We appreciate them. At least they are learning that we want to break away. So don't be scared of them. +4475 94050 Sorry about that. They keep saying the voices are low sometimes. And if I put on the speaker, they can't hear me. We're shouting. So let us just manage it. Okay. This should not be a call from this number, but let's see who is calling. Okay, wrong timing again. I know who that caller is. We call the person back. Hello, good afternoon, caller. Hello, caller. It's Wale, a mute at the background. Kale Bonyi.
The only thing Nigerian politicians and government governors, federal government, state and local government know how to do best is only when it comes to election. Because that's where they can steal, they can kill, and they can destroy. That's what they know how to do best.
Okay.
Moribund technology that they even had, they can't even use it. Not to talk of modern advanced technology.
Okay.
There's no website. Even federal government does not have a veritable website. There's a website that you can say, okay, I want to go and find information.
The Shito country website.
All these guys just say they will come online with their paid TV,
yeah.
They will come and see slides and everything.
If you believe anything on channels, you are fooling yourself. If you believe anything in channels, you're wasting your time. They're all part of the game.
All the stations, they are all paid by these politicians. They collect bribe money. We all know that.
We're trying to get the speaker on because the volume is low. But go ahead, my caller. Yeah.
All those things they are just doing, they just come and brag in front of TV, try to coerce or when you disagree with them, they will find a way to try to coerce you, to force you or to intimidate you. Those things are all false. They are all liars. Even if you give them 50 years, more 50 years, they cannot do one better.
Yeah. Okay.
People that would, if they have 100 things that can develop a society, they will do one and they will take 99 to themselves. So is that development? They cannot do anything better than this one that they have done. So we all do all these things. So they should not, all those their media ranting, just criminality and hidden secrets among themselves. We all know them. They have their colleagues. If the politician, if the governor enter, and it will not pick people by merit, it will not pick people by hard work, it will not pick people by intelligence, it will not appoint people by intelligence, it will not appoint people by merit. It will look for party loyalists, party faithful, or the one that doesn't even have to serve, or the one that doesn't know, cannot say, pick out letter A from letter B, cannot distinguish. We will bring them on board. But we will say, this is my P, this is a commissioner for this, commissioner for that. What do they have to offer? They have nothing to offer. You know, all we are just doing, it's only those people that I'm just pity for. It's those ones that are saying, one Nigeria, let us see who can work. It will not work out.
Okay.
Either we completely regionalize it or we go our own way. Nothing but that. This is modern times. Is it the young youth, the young, vibrant youth that want to be living arcade kind of mentality, arcade kind of lifestyle? No, it's not done. So the way forward is this good world. We are going now. We are going. No turning back.
Thank you very much.
So I'm never afraid of the after plan because I know them. They have different antics, so we all know them. So even countries that they came from, where they came from, they don't give them that chance. It is the outside blame. It's the outside blame that give them that chance, and even the Afroja that give them that authority. So they are trying to come and take more. So this time there's no work. So that's my take.
All right.
Thank you so much for your program.
Thank you very much, my caller. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Our Lori program.
Hello, sir. Information kan ló tẹ̀ mí lọ́wọ́ ń sìn.
Mo wà àwọn ta ló ń jà lọ́wọ́. Okay. Níbo ló ti ń jà? Let's bring it back.
Kára ní Ṣáàdù ní Ìlọrin.
Okay. Repeat it again because ó dà pé àgbọ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan bàtà ẹ̀sán kan tẹ̀ ń sọ. This is a breaking news.
Àwọn Fúlàní wọ́n ń bá àwọn Yorùbá jà lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí. Lórí ó kọ̀kadà kò kọ̀kadà ní Ìlọrin, ní Ṣáàdù, ní Kára. Lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ẹ̀rọ ìbò lágbára gan báyìí. Tí wọ́n ní wọ́n ń jà ìjà gidi pẹ̀lú àdá pẹ̀lú gbogbo ẹ̀ náà fi ń jà lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí.
Lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí ní Ìlọrin, ní Ṣáàdù.
Wọ́n ní wọ́n ti wó gbogbo pákí àwọn ọlọ́kadà Yorùbá gbogbo ẹ̀ náà láti gba nǹkan jẹ́ kan. Torí ẹ̀ mo ní kí n tètè pè yín. So ẹ lè tún sọ fáwọn ará yìí kan gbọ́.
Okay. Thank you very much. Ẹ ṣe sùúrù ẹ̀ tó ń pè wá. The caller that called now is one of our team working in Ilorin and ẹ̀gbọ́n kan tó sọ nísìn. Sherry, you might think that yeah, I've already put the speaker on. That's why the sound is very much better. I'll take calls now for just for a few seconds. When we say that one problem will lead to something, to you, remember that the same Fulani people, àwọn mala, wọ́n jà ní Ìkòròdú lórí pé wọ́n já tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì ọ̀nà Yorùbá kó má já tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì fáwọn ọmọ. I believe from what you heard now, there's a fight going on as well right now. It might be an Okada man fighting that can explode and go into where you are not prepared. +44 75 940 Let's get more calls. For those of you that have called earlier, let's receive those calls back again. Again, it is up to us to prepare. It is up to us not to prepare. But one thing I can say is, if we sleep and allow this time to slip away from us, our great-great-grandchildren will curse us for not stopping it. The same way, we are as much as fall in love with Awo, but we thought he could have stopped it when he had the chance. Hello, caller. I'm going. Ètò nìyẹn.
I say gan Ọlọ́run àwa pẹ̀lú yín o. Fatai ló sọ̀rọ̀ from New Jersey.
Fatai from New Jersey.
Yeah, actually I'm there this morning. Is my name. Yeah, I'm here this morning to just salute your courage.
Thank you.
To keep on right on. Ọlọ́run bọ́lọ́jú ni ó máa ṣe àlékún àlàáfíà fún ara yín o. May God is your strength. Because gbogbo orúkọ tẹ̀ ń sọ yìí ó really important gan. Especially lórí ọ̀rọ̀ media, lórí ọ̀rọ̀ database. It's a shame for all Nigeria not to have a database. It's a really shame. It's a really shame. So, and àwọn èèyàn tó wà lẹ́yìn ò mọ̀. Wọn ò mọ anything. Tẹ bá sọ ma dàbí ẹni pọ̀, bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń liberate ojú àwọn èèyàn yìí fún nǹkan yẹn. Kò ní jẹ́ pàtàkì alábọ̀dù ká máa mọ̀. Àwọn tó wà ní fara máa mọ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ ó pè bẹ́ẹ̀. When our people there, they're studying a lot of courses. Social science, computer science, a lot of them, they can upgrade system more than any other thing. Can government what they useless, they become on that's the next technology for our they come after the pay, because I go here, because I go abroad. They come after the Ọlọ́run ní ṣàánú wọn o. Wọn lè bá Ọlọ́run pàdé o, tó gba ibà ń gbọ́ wọn lè bá Ọlọ́run pàdé o. Láti fi tó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ débi tó dé, àfi tó bá rẹ́dì láti ṣàánú youth lókun. Tó bá rẹ́dì, àwọn lè bá Ọlọ́run pàdé. Mr. Koiki, mo really salute courage here, God. God is your strength. Ọlọ́run ọba lójú rẹ̀ máa wà pẹ̀lú ẹni ṣiṣẹ́ lágbára Ọlọ́run. Gbogbo ìtàjẹ́ bá wọn wá báyìí ló máa wà pẹ̀lú yín. I really salute your courage for being liberal people about the darkness that our government put on into, because they put on into the darkness, especially the people in home. Ọlọ́run á pẹ̀lú yín o. I don't have much to say this morning, just pray for you. God is your strength.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much to those of you that have called and those that are still going to call. We're still about 14:55 p.m. today, the 12th of November 2020. Once again, a very good afternoon to those of you that have joined. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome. I'm going.
Yeah, Akueto. Ṣẹ́rí nǹkan tí màá rí sọ sọ́rọ̀ ni pé àwa Yorùbá ọ̀rọ̀ nìkan là ń sọ àtìléròjọ́ jù. We are not taking action. Máa fún ilé example kan. Ibi tí mò ń gbé ní Atlanta, ìgbà tá a lọ protest ní Nigeria consulate. Àwọn Nigeria, everybody was just protesting pẹ̀lú placard, but I went there to die lọ́dà púpọ̀ èrò ni. Àpè media wa. Ìgbà tọ́lọ́pàá dé, everybody step aside. I stood there. My offer. Anyway, ọlọ́pàá lọ. After the whole show, media ẹ pè mí sẹ́yìn. Wọ́n ní pé àmàwọ̀ media ọ̀tí ṣe wá gbé wa. Because what we are doing is not sexy enough for them to draw media attention, to draw international attention. But what we are doing is not sexy enough. If the party is me, I bet you come. I get to draw attention, but the book that is not sexy enough. Okay, kalau jagung, àwọn kan ò lè bọ́ sójú kan jagung. Kẹ́tẹ̀ tó pariwo, tó lè pariwo. Everybody go. So I don't understand. I don't get it. Because gbogbo ẹjọ́ yìí mo ráyè. Ìfẹ́ kún sọ̀rọ̀ tó wà lẹ́yìn bí tiẹ̀ sí náà. To the maximum. But I see everybody, they're just protesting, one power no more, one shape of way. Okay, one need to go, and I put this Yahweh star. Okay. People are ready to fight with their life. I don't get it. Because I want to imagine your FFO. Oh, the best of paying the FFO, come to whatever power. So, you may not say. Mr. Quick, you go, you may not give me a FFO, you may not say, pay me FFO. I go on my buy now. Fulani, my power to a power for buy. I still say you FFO. So, I can't like to get the straight, though, I don't know. I like to get the straight. And the one that's right here protesting, don't go there, carry black and protest. Faraya. Copy me to the CEO. In your government, my point, my share as well. What could you say? You know what? I don't protest the ampo, you know, the work. I'll get attention. I show my best low.
Let's show you what took place when you say you're scared of the militants. The militants are not scared of you. Let's play this video.
In Mozambique, Islamist militants have beheaded more than 50 people at a village in the northern part of the country, local media reports. The attack was carried out by an ISIS-linked group in the village of Matide in conflict within Cabo Delgado province spanning several days. A local news agency said the attackers set fire to several villages and gathered people together they had captured from nearby forests on a single football pitch. The victims were then decapitated and their bodies chopped to pieces, while women from the villages were abducted. The gas-rich northern Mozambique region has witnessed several brutal attacks.
Did you hear that news? 50 people were beheaded. You're waiting until they get into our town. Oh, you can say there's no ISIS because ISIS is in Nigeria. Oh, ISIS is what? Even the Ibagani Adams, Logun Affair, said it that ISIS over near Okeogun. 50 people in Mozambique beheaded. Wọ́n gé orí wọn ló ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ tó bá mọ tán pè ní beheaded. Òyìnbó náà wọ́n kàn ń sọ wọ́n gé orí wọn lórí. Àní Fúlàní máa gé ẹ lórí. Who is Fulani? Who is ISIS? Ọmọ ìyá kan náà kan ní gbogbo wọn. When I said, let us go and prepare, let's read that article. Let's read it further. Told you, you are scared of Fulani man, ISIS. They are not scared of you because they want to kill you and take your land. Islamic militant in Mozambique, and this is not a story from last year. I don't think this was last year, okay? Because some of you now will say, oh, this is an old story. This was last updated 20 hours ago. African news. Islamic militant in Mozambique, what is George 50? They have beheaded more than 50 people at a village in the northern part of the country, according to the local media report. The attack was carried out by an ISIS-linked group, similar to Fulani linked to ISIS. Group in the village of Mutida, in a conflict-ridden Cabo Delgado province, spanning several days. So this was taking place for several days. Okay, what happened to our YouTube? Did we lost the signal? Okay, seems to be still on. Because I monitor everything as I'm live. And this is why technology is good. If anything fails, I can see it straight away. Not like your government, where everything fails 60 years, they can't see it. A local news agency said the attackers then set fire to several villages and gathered people together. They had captured from nearby forest. Now, remember, Toba Wale Silara, Inu Gole Malabi, wanted this one as well. They went to the forest, but what part of Loba on Inu Goye no, what we want sita. What sorry, football pitch, layer concon. The victims were decapitated and their bodies chopped to pieces, while women from the village were adopted. Don't know what is coming. You don't know what is about to be unleashed on us. The question I'm asking now is, have ISIS left Okeogun, as we were told before, or they are still in and out, coming in and out, checking more which village they want to ransack? Maybe their village in Lomalo. The gas rich, this country have rich in gas. Mozambique region has witnessed several brutal attacks. This involved killing by ISIS-affiliated local group Ahalu Sunna, the same Muslim, Wajamo, or simply Al-Shabaab. Locally true, they have no relation to better known Somali group. So, nígbà tá à ń sọ pé àníṣe ní Mozambique wọ́n gé orí èèyàn 50, àwọn 50 yẹn inú igbó ló kọ́kọ́ sá lọ. Because when they came in, the same way that a lot of you will say, tó bá ti dé, a sá lọ sínú igbó. No, tó bá lọ sínú igbó yẹn, wàá pè é padà. Inú igbó tó ń sá lọ yẹn, wàá pè é padà. Wàá kó ẹ sórí field. Ṣó wá da? No, èmi bí yín nísìn, ṣó wá da kí ISIS, wà ní ISIS ò sí Nàìjíríà bí? Kò sí ní Nàìjíríà. Ṣó wá da kí wọ́n wọlé sí wa lára, kó wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí kó gé wa lórí, kó chop body wa, kó wá kó àwọn ìyá wa, àwọn ọmọdé wa, kó wá kó àwọn yẹn lọ láti máa bá wọn sùn, kó lè ti máa reproduce ọmọ. Ṣó mọ̀ pọ́nmọ́ tí, have you ever thought about àwọn ọmọ tó kó yẹn? Have you ever thought that tí Boko Haram, no, have you thought about it? Tó bá tẹ̀ kidnap ọmọ Yorùbá kan nísìn tó bá fún lóyún, ọmọ òróbì yẹn. Èmi bí yín ni, ó kidnap ọmọ Yorùbá obìnrin, wọ́n wá kì mọ́lẹ̀, wọ́n fún lóyún, ó wá bímọ, wọ́n wá ń tọ́ wọn yẹn. Ṣé ọmọ yẹn máa tún support Yorùbá ni àbí báwo? A ní ká parí kínní. Àwọn wá àwọn tó máa increase in numbers. They want to increase their numbers because look, the more they are killing them, the more they need to reproduce more. And that is what is playing out. We have another caller.
Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Is that quick?
Yes, but I'm live on the broadcast.
You are live. Oh, sorry, I didn't know that. I've been trying your number to move me.
Okay, I'll be out here in about 1 hour on the broadcast.
Huh?
In about 1 hour's time, I'll be off. And I can.
Okay, then I'll call you. I don't have a speak on what.
All right.
About what's going on at home.
Okay, all right. In about an hour's time. But you can watch us live. We are live now. You can go on YouTube and watch us on Facebook. We are live now.
So I don't want to join the open one because I just want to take it private.
Okay, then, all right.
I don't want to release too much information.
Okay, then. All right, let's talk later. Yeah. All right. 50 ní Mozambique. No, ṣe bí Mozambique ni ISIS ò sí ní Nàìjíríà. Èmi bí ń jẹ́ àwọn tó wà ní Nàìjíríà ṣọ́ ti rìn lọ ni, ṣọ́ ti lọ. Have they been killed? Ṣé wọ́n sì wà ní òkè ògùn àbí wọ́n kàn wọlé wọ́n jáde? Ẹ rántí pé Ìbà Gani Adams told us that they have powerful motorbike up to 500 in Bolawa. Everybody is not talking about that anymore. So what we want to be hearing now is we hear headline and then they fizzle away. What is happening to them? Ṣé wọ́n sùn wọ́n jí? Ṣé wọ́n rẹ̀ wọ́n bímọ? No, if people are there, ṣé wọ́n gbé bẹ̀ ni? Kí làwọn ọlọ́dẹ wá ń ṣe? Kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ gangan? I hope we will not be overrun. Let me bring the broadcast to an end. I think we've done more than enough today. My position still remains. We should fight our way out. But before we fight, let the awareness just go more a little bit. I know people want us action. But the awareness is not singing bell enough. Ẹ jẹ́ kó rinlẹ̀ díẹ̀ sí. 6 months I gave. It's almost there. There are different groups that wants to do different things. We cannot stop them. tó bá ti ṣẹlẹ̀ ó ti ṣẹlẹ̀, tó bá ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀. Ìjà kan lọ́nà ń jà ní Ìlọrin nísìn. Ìjà yẹn nísìn ẹ fi pé màálà mi ti sọ fún ìtọ́ wà ní Òṣogbo, kò ní sọ fún ìtọ́ wà ní Lagos pé a ti ń pa wọ́n níbẹ̀ yẹn, táyà náà bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní tìkẹ́yìn náà pa wọ́n níbẹ̀. They are hiding weapons all over the place. The government is backing them. But yet, àwọn sọ pé àìtí ready. Àní ká ṣe sùúrù pẹ̀lú wọn. Ó dá bẹ́ẹ̀ ká ṣe sùúrù. But I hope pé sùúrù tá a fẹ́ ṣe yẹn kò ní kó bá wa. Sùúrù tá a fẹ́ ṣe. Ṣẹ́rí àwọn ò ní dákẹ́ láti máa sọ̀rọ̀. So if anybody thinks that the media will stop talking, no. The media is there to remind you of what is about to be unleashed on the people. And we don't want our people to get caught up. And that's why every day we are live. Every day. Everybody. We are just opening our conscious mind. But I will not go without playing, that video that pops up again. We have nonentic. Let's hear what this MD of Commodity Exchange Commission does. Not know the price of any commodity. You are well read. But will you get the position? No. Who is in charge of all our oil and gas? They are the northern people. Wọ́n tẹ̀ lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ kan. Wọ́n wá gbé Yorùbá. Ẹ mọ̀ pé tí Yorùbá tó bá ti rí tó ṣà ti ń jẹ díẹ̀díẹ̀. Tó fẹ́ òun náà sábẹ́ wọn. Tó ń ṣe ráńkà dédé fún wọn. Kò kíá. Gbogbo ìtẹ́mi sọ nísìnyí. A ní kò kíá. Gbogbo yín là ń bọ̀ fún. Every one of you. Wọ́n fún yín ní oil block. Ó wá fẹ́ fi torí yẹn. Ó fẹ́ fi kọ́ àwa lẹ́rú. No, irọ́ ló pa. Irọ́ ló pa. We are living. Oh, because you have business in Nigeria, so you think we should leave Nigeria? Irọ́ ló pa. Oh, yeah, better. You better sell that business because it will get hot at some point. I have said it before. We've not even become violent. But pé kò ní di violent yẹn, bàbá ara lọ ni. Èmi irọ́ pé kò ní di violent, irọ́ lẹ pa. That is the only language that you understand. Boko Haram have terrorized us. We will terrorize them when the time gets closer. Let's go into the video. I'm going to mute my mic so there will not be interference.
You should know what is. Yeah, give me an idea. I mean, with the daily dividend will not be that off. But just give me a range of. You should have, madam. I'm talking to you, madam. I'm talking to you. You should know. No. I'm telling you. Give me an idea. You are the MD. Give me an idea. What is maize selling for? I mean, it's around. Maize is going for 80,000 per ton. You know that down. Okay. What else do you say you have on there?
We have soya, we have cocoa, we have cashew.
What do you think soya is going for?
I wouldn't want to guess that because I didn't.
You are the expertise. You are the MD of the commodity exchange. You have an idea. But maize normally goes for this.
I normally get such data on a weekly basis because we have from the local markets.
Madam, please. I don't want to. The MD of the company that operates a commodity exchange must be informed. I have an idea of what commodities are going for. Must have an idea.
Coming. You see that man? That's what Yoruba will do. You see, the MD they cannot remove her. Do you know why? She's got the backing of the caliphate. All this they are doing is just for media glaring. They cannot remove her because the caliphate kept her in there as against the Yoruba woman or Yoruba man or another tribe that should have been put in that position as the MD. So all this one that they are asking her question, what is the price of soya? This is what we do. We are well educated, but we are under the Fulani caliphate. You can see the man. I'm sure this man, Tebalowo backgrounded, this man speaking, you will realize that it's well read. But are they going to put somebody there that would then reflect what would, eloquent, that will come and say the price of the commodity of soya, a soya that they are selling to international market? The MD does not know. Does she care? She doesn't give a toss because the person she's asking is either an Igbo man or Hausa or Yoruba man or Middle Belt or somebody, not their own tribe. Because what they do is they put the Fulani there and then they put somebody that can then speak on their behalf. Shit old country. This is coming again from Kwara. Let's hope they're giving us more updates. Yeah. Okay, all right. Tó bá ti débẹ̀ kò fún mi ní mọ́. How long ló máa fi débẹ̀? 15 minutes. All right. A ṣì wà lórí ètò. All right. Tó bá ti débẹ̀ kó pè mí. All right then. Okay. So my team are making their way towards where the fight is going on in Ilorin with the Fulani Okada and the Yoruba Okadas. They are making their way there. Yes, we need a lot of awareness before we spark like that. The awareness has not really touched down. Let's finish this video. I just wanted to play it. These are not what we want to be playing. Yes, but we need to show you why. Look at the woman. Look at, like, she did not travel to London. I'm a London boy. You see that woman now? She's in Nigeria. Look at how fat from Botobosheri. Àwọn ìyá wa ń ṣe wàhálà nínú ọ̀run. Àwọn bàbá wa ń ṣe wàhálà nínú oko. Wọ̀rọ̀ ayé ìdókò mọ́. Now, the same woman will approve more loan in the north because they believe that the north produce the food for the south. Gbogbo oúnjẹ tá à ń jẹ ilẹ̀ Haúsá ló ti wà. Ẹ máa lọ máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí máa try láti máa ṣe ìta máa jẹ nísàlẹ̀ torí pé tí wàhálà bá dé, à lè máa rí nǹkan jẹ. I might take care of so many things, but not everything we're going to say here. But Eloma Gbaradi. You know? But when they don't say media propaganda, Baba iko they say jack shit fún woman yẹn bó ṣe wà yẹn. But into le ṣe mọ ló ti ṣe yẹn, but they cannot remove that woman. You know why? That woman is there on behalf of the caliphate. Anybody the caliphate put there, a Yoruba man cannot remove it. An Igbo man, a Middle Belt man cannot remove them. It's as simple as that. Anywhere you see them, whether they bring them here, all that is just, the only thing we can do is analyze it. We talk about it. What else? The one that died, you remember the one that was, I'm dying, they give him Pepsi or whatever give him. What have they done to it? They cannot do anything. They are there representing the caliphate. And no Yoruba man or Biafra man or Middle Belt can remove them. So whether you continue to shout like we are shouting, they will say we are shouting. They know the game. And that is why we need to end it. Now, I'm asking this Yoruba, ask this stupid man sitting there now, this for all they are 419. Ask him now. Yoruba Nation. Yoruba Nation, because it's also part of the cabal, eating as well. You can see his stomach. Look at him there. They don't do exercise. Robots all over the place. They just keep eating. Look at him there now. Ask yourself, this man sitting there, have he not heard that a Yoruba people want to stand on their own? No. We can fix this problem. Fix this problem for how many years? It's all 419. Because why? Ask them to declare his salary. They cannot declare the salary. Yeah, Belumi. And Nikowa declared, let this Yoruba man interrogating the Fulani woman. You think they can do anything for her? No, they can't do anything. It's all lies. Let's finish watching the video.
You may not have you may not have today's pricing, but yeah, normally goes between this. Normally goes between this. You must be informed. Because the feeling I'm getting now is that you don't even know. I mean, you're the MD of that company. I mean, and we are hoping to expand to that kind of thing. And, I mean, what's Coco going for? I mean, it's an average person, well, Coco is going for this, that kind of thing. I mean, it shows how much interest you have in what you're doing. It's not just running the administrative functions of that extent. It's being informed about what commodity, because how do you interact with people if somebody just comes up to you and that kind of thing? You must have an idea. You must have an idea. All right, that's.
Where do you expect a woman?
I think that's.
Where do you expect her to get an idea? Idea. A Fulani woman brought from somewhere. Now let's look at these 419. These are the guys running the show, innit? Running the show. Every one of them. They will continue to be the big boys. You can see their head, oil and gas. Oil and gas, one of the biggest industry in Nigeria. Every one of them, they're oil and gas. All they do is they put a Fulani man in the front. They put an Yoruba man in the middle. They know the Yoruba man has got education. They add another Igbo man. They say that one get business mind as well. They will now be under the Fulani man. But the Fulani man will not appear. The Yoruba man will speak because they believe he's eloquent. The Igbo man will be working behind the scene. It's all part of the game. Oil and gas. One sector that have turned millions of people to abject poverty, while the 1% are enjoying it. Let's show you another link. Oil and gas. I'm just slowing down for my team to get to the area where they're fighting in Ilorin. If not, we should have bring the show down. Let's show you oil and gas. Everybody wants to go into oil and gas. This was April 27, 2020. Court strike out fuel subsidy case against Mahmoud Tuka, Etana PLC. That is him here. Let me close this. Etana PLC, or 419. Etana PLC appoint the new CEO as Mahmoud Tuka resign. He will resign, but he's probably working behind the scene. Oil and gas. Everybody wants to be in oil and gas. And you say we should continue. Bad people everywhere. Let's read some of your comments. Very good afternoon. Bob Moses says the Yoruba nation. Christina says bad people everywhere. You're quite right. Let's see more comment coming through as well. Let's read more. Somebody here says Pastor Ruga. Pray, Pastor Ruga. But it's one thing lead to another. It will not be blamed on EndSARS any longer. EndSARS will not be the problem. More problem will bring, no peace, no war. Fulani is bringing war. Shall we fold our arms? I don't think so. Once again, remember, let's go into the story. These are the guys, the big player. According to Justice Akim Oshodi of Ikeja Division, this was April article. I'm just taking your mind back. Has struck out a case against Etana PLC and its managing director, Mahmoud Tuka. Mr. Tuka and Abdullahi Allahu, the son of the late billionaire businessman, were accused of conspiracy, altering of documents, obtaining 3.1 billion naira under false pretense. And you are there looking for, how to make living. And these are the big player in the market. Oil and gas, 419 country. Oil and gas. Let's go back to the article. Now, ask yourself, why this Justice Akim Oshodi decided to struck out the case? Paddy government, behind the scene, they are all the same. These are people, judges, pastor, imam, they have all locked down the citizens. What? Mr. Tuka and Abdullahi Alawo, the son of the late billionaire businessman. What business is he running? They don't have any industry. Yeah, Ken Saro-Wiwa, we reckoned October 10, 1994. We need to change this 419 country. This is not SARS issue in this country. The suffering is too much. The suffering is too much when people like these involved with stolen money from the government coffer. Mr. Tuka and Abdullahi Alawo, the son of the late billionaire businessman, were accused of conspiracy, altering of documents, and obtaining 3.1 billion naira under false pretense. Arranged alongside the deal were Alex Ochongo, Etana PLC, Avanja Limited. All these names are 419. They create all these as Mirage. And the Star Inspection Services Nigeria Limited. Mr. Lawo, described as a principal witness, is the case is believed to be at large. Yetisalo is probably living in Canada, in America. He's probably watching me and say, this boy, you're wasting your time. Nigeria cannot walk. I'm sure that one is probably somewhere around the world, enjoying the stolen wealth he was able to run away with. He is also associated with the 5th and the 6th defendant. According to the court section, at the resumed hearing of the matter on February 14, just as the COVID was coming in, the prosecution lawyer, Rotimi Jacobs, told the court that he had reviewed the case and there was no need to continue with it since the third, the fifth, and the sixth defendant were primarily actors in the fraud were not available. You see how they killed the case? One person run away, two people run away, and that is the end of it. This is the end of it, and this is why some people don't want Nigeria to break. Some of them are lawyers, some of them are pastors, imams, individual Nigerians, because they are loving the way the corrupt system is. And we know that the moment a nation is bad, you will be able to get, oh, did I close my Sodok Council? Let me quickly go back there. The Sodok Council website, where everything is working and there will be transparency. It's not a shit old country like Nigeria, where nothing is working, right? This is the council website. And right here, you can do so much. We talked about it earlier on. I'm just going back to it briefly. So when Nigeria is not working, it's because they know the moment Nigeria works, a lot of people will ask too many questions and they don't want you to do that. And that is why we need to break that shit old country and everybody have peace of mind. This is just the council website. You can ask for them to come and repair your toilet seat in your house. You call them, fix at home address, report or track a repair. These are part of what should be happening if the country was working. There's an emergency repair number. There's a contact inquiry line. You can use all these without even going to know who is the council chairman. But right here, stolen wealth all over the place. Let's finish the article. My lord, I reveal the fact of the case. I know it will be extremely impossible for me to leave evidence in this matter without the third defendant and the role he played in the respect of the fifth and the... They'll probably have told that person to run away. As long as you are not there, they cannot continue the case. How many cases are in the court? The judges, the lawyers, they are all part of the fraudulent country called Nigeria. They can never want a breakaway from Nigeria because they're enjoying part of the corruption. And that is why I say, let us be prepared to fight. That is the only way out. That is the only language they will understand. Nigeria is an industry for them. The day we break the 419 the place, their businesses collapse. You're quite right. A lot of them know that the way Nigeria is running, the moment things become transparency, so many of them will go into prison. They will end up in prison. They know that. I don't know. Maybe Southerners' head needs to be broken up before they will know Hausa is the owner of Nigeria. They know. And that's why you can see the man's head. You can see his head. Oil and gas. 419. Mahmoud Tuka. They now say he resigned. He'll probably be working behind the scene. He'll probably do that just for the media purpose. Eternal PLC appoints a new CEO as Mahmoud Tuka. 419. They are all the cabals. You can see the way they look fresh. Right? They are looking fresh. I'm sure there's someone in a cabinet that is capable of the job. No, Mama Rukaya, they're all fool. You're talking about this. I've taken that video off. That 419 woman, they're not going to give anybody because they know that the person they will give will not be able to listen to them. Yes, whether they like it or not, we will break away. Some people say we should go for an election, call election. Go for another election. These are the big players. He will put this out, and the general public of the impending retirement of Mr. Mahmoud Tuka as the managing director and the chief executive officer with effective from 31st of August 2020. So he just resigned about some few months back. Having successfully completed a maximum tenure of 10 years. My question to you now is, these are the real players. Thank you very much, my backend team. I think there's a message. Even those that commit human rights abuses will be persecuted. Who is this man? Let's go and find out more about him. This man here. You see, all these individuals, you don't know them. But these are the real player. Oil and gas. Oil and gas. You can see, Mahmoud Tuka, according to Bloomberg, they know the game. Is the managing director and the CEO of the Eternal Oil and Gas. He went to Aberystwyth University here in Wales. They will send them here. And you are in Lenisi. 8 months, your children cannot go to school, and you are calling one Nigeria. This guy, this 419 guy, read here in the University of Wales. I'm sure the British government knows him. All part of the game. We have to fight because freedom does not come on. Please, we're in Ilorin. Well, after our team is almost there. There's a fight going on in Ilorin with the Fulani or the Hausa, whatever they are, with the Okada. Just the same way we saw the fight in in Lagos recently. And nobody's going to report it. Maybe when my team get there, we'll be able to report it to you. You think China's going to report that? You're mad. Mahmoud Tuka, who is he? You can see, board member. They are all 419. They know how the game works. Chartered Institute of Shipping in Nigeria is a fellow. Eternal Oil and Gas. The same wealth that should go for everyone is being enjoyed by only few individuals. Let's go back again. Once again, my name is Olayomi. Let's look at his picture furthermore. Mahmoud Tuka, Hausa man, a Fulani man. He holds gas station all over the place. He will probably look at him. You can see all the pictures. 419. 419 country. Is this the way you want us to continue to be? I am asking every one of you. You can see him there. Take picture with Yoruba man. He will travel around the world. He will go on the first class. Mahmoud Tuka. Shoma Baba Tuka. I don't even know. Does anybody know much about this guy? Mahmoud Tuka. Immediate past CEO. Is all 419, right? They will speak eloquently. You are there supporting him. How old are you? Look at him. So you want me to be slave with these people? You want me to be slave? 1.2 billion subsidy fraud trial. Son of the PDP chairman, Baba Gana Tuka. Baba Manga Tuka. So you want us to continue to be slave under these people. So now, we're not to be money. You can see why we need to break away. People do not see all this because they don't show you all this back end thing. The same way I show you Petrolex. They're all working together for subsidy fraud. You can see his face there. 419. Where's the case now? What did I go? But now, the Yoruba and some people working with them that are making pity peanut would rather want us to become slaves. Let me look at this. They will invite them on TV. They will come and speak. You hear that? He was even speaking. Introduce new CEO to the capital market. He's introducing another CEO. Which one is this? I told you. He went and bring an Igbo man, Oscar Oyeme, OAN. The new chief executive officer, Nigerian Stock Exchange. Okay, no, these ones are coming for another thing entirely. My apology. They were all attending a Zoom meeting. Okay, this is the new CEO. It's the same thing, Biafra man. Well, some Biafra will say maybe not. Nnamdi Obegwe is now the new MD and the CEO of Eternal PLC. You can see how they are Maradona the whole country. They are Maradona the whole country. You think it's gone. It's still part of the game. These are people holding us to ransom. So when you talk about people funding, terrorists in the country, the same way 6 Nigerians were picked up, in UAE. These are all part of the individuals, that are probably funding it as well. 6 Nigerians funding Boko Haram to the tune of so much money. The same Boko Haram that the CBN does not know the account that they are using. How come the UAE was able to know? 6 Nigerians convicted in UAE for funding Boko Haram in 2019. Half a dozen Nigerians have been convicted in UAE for funding the notorious terrorist group. So it's not just about 6. They've been clamoring on them. Now, people like these, the case was thrown away from the court because the evidence cannot be brought forward. So when Rotimi Jacob, a Yoruba man, we can't, my Lord, that person has run away and we don't think we can continue with the case. And they have already spoken to that lawyer as well. I mean, the judge. Remember the name of the judge as well is a Yoruba man. They are all 419. Justice Akim Oshodi. They are all cabals. These are people that would not want a breakup of Nigeria. We will break Nigeria up. Go and prepare yourself. But let's create more awareness. Then the lawyer for the defendant How is she going to oppose it? She will never oppose it because the lawyer as well will get a gunje. Let's palemo gbogbo àwọn sí wọn kòtò. The suffering they inflicted on people is too much. Look at the figure we are talking here. Huge figure of these 419 individuals. Mahmoud Tuka. You can see how fresh he is. Fresh man, Hausa man. Right? The same natural resources that belong to the south and the southeast is handed over to this man. He creates a lot of gas stations. They say he's a billionaire. Just like Femi Otedola, they are billionaire. Just like Adenuga, they are billionaire. Just Alakija, they are billionaire. Anyway, I'm still slowing down for my team. You know, yeah, definitely. They are all together. You think these people, look at them. You know, EFCC, Mahmoud Tuka. The case will be gone all over the case. Mahmoud Tuka, Abdullahi Alao, negotiation is yet another fraud. AMPP. But you see, the media at home do not analyze some of these things. Walking, analyze it. These are the people that have held us to ransom. And that is why they don't want Nigeria to break. The negotiation discussion entered into by EFCC with Mahmoud Tuka, the son of the People's Democratic Party, the national chairman, Bamaga Tuka, with Abdullahi Alao, son of Arishekola. They are all 419. I don't know Arishekola. Amala politics. Amala politics. These are the people that have sent you away from Nigeria, looking to survive. Look at his head. And the Muslim lo woni si yo. I know man kirun omole o le for. They're all 419. 419. And this is why I say only fight will end Nigeria. Anything more than that is a waste of time. Yes, we continue with the awareness, but the time to come, we will fight. You can see all the case now, they've thrown it away. Nobody's going to talk about it. Ask them now. Nobody's talking about all this case. Nobody will talk about it anymore because as far as they're concerned, some people have been settled. So why do they have to talk about it? Mahmoud Tuka. They'll bring him on channels, definitely. Let's see. They'll bring him on channels. He will come and talk. EFCC. Right? EFCC charges, court dismissed Tuka's application to quash all the charges. They quashed all the charges, according to Justice Lawal Akapo of Lagos High Court sitting in Ikeja on Friday. Dismissed an application filed by Mahmoud Tuka and blah, 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 seeking to quash the charges. 419. Subsidy scam, 1.8 billion. Why you and me are suffering. You and me going to Libya, Oman, looking for world to survive on. Yet the country should have developed if it was meant to develop. But they don't care about you. They don't care about you. Just the same way I told you so many times. You know, that petrol station owned by that old man as well. That one, you know, the former governor of Osun State. What's his name again? That 419 man is the one working now, you know, with the immigration in Nigeria. Reminding me his name, Petrocam. That is all they love. That one is Petrocam or something like that. Petrocam, yeah, I guess so. Let's look at it. Oil and gas, you know, Shani. Oil and gas, oil and gas, oil and gas. Oil and gas. That is the only thing. This is owned by Raufu Aregbesola. Let him come out and take me to court and say, this company does not belong to him. He's a Yoruba man. 419. And then you see, because some Yoruba people are also chopping for me, they cannot speak out. All 419. Let him come and tell us who owns Petrocam. He's currently the Minister for Immigration. What is he immigrating? They're all 419. Let's see. Maybe Google will tell us. They probably put some kind of proxies. Who is the owner? Let's see. Maybe we'll get the owner. Let's see. Who is the owner? They probably put somebody there. Let me go to all, not images. Who is the owner? Speaking at the official opening of filing station, the managing director of Petrocam Trading Nigeria Limited, Mr. Patrick Elo, said the company was passionate. They will use somebody underneath. This is all part of the crook country that you are calling Nigeria. Let's come back here to these 419 guys. You can see them looking fresh. Now ask yourself, are they better off than us? Aregbesola, yeah. Aregbe Mugbo. Judges, Attorney General, Accountant General, INEC Commissioner, Yoruba land should all be elected, not picked by governor. They're all 419. And this is why we must end Nigeria peacefully or we fight. Talking about this guy there. You will not hear. And there are so many of them like that. So many all over the place. Let's hear his voice. Let's take off the advert. Oh, or is it just popping up?
Coming. I'm just going to just minimize you there a small bit now so I can actually see. Right. Okay. So, thank you. It's Lunch and Learn. So, wanted a happy team working in a happy environment.
Let's see.
It's brave and beautiful. Every year, I mean, it's not easy to reinvent yourself. The conference has been going on for 13 years. I think it's a fantastic initiative. Nobody else has been able to do it. Everybody goes to London for IP Week. So people come to Lagos for OTL. And it's in the calendar, you know, Q4, Q3 every year, Q4 every year. You know that OTL is going to happen in October.
We have another caller coming through. I'm just slowing down for my team in Ilorin before we bring the show to an end. Hello, caller. Okay. Yes. If I don't hear from them at 4 o'clock, okay, I can't take this call. Long timing. All right. Let's phone the team that was going to find update for us with the ongoing situation in Ilorin. Once again, a very good afternoon and welcome again. So one thing is, there's so many people. Hello, Chalek, Alpha. Okay. They're almost there. So let's come back to our next caller. Hello, caller.
Hello.
Hello, welcome to the program.
Hello, good day, my brother.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Hello, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. You need to take off the mic or your other speakers, item, what you're listening to. You need to mute that and just talk on the phone.
Okay.
Go ahead, we can hear you.
Yeah, my name is Sukuno Sokechuku. I'm calling from Angola. I just want to thank you. Yes, I just want to thank you. I'm a Biafran. I just want to thank you for what we are doing.
Thank you very much.
Please, you guys should keep it up. Nigeria can never work for anybody. It can never work for any of us. Please, keep on pushing on. We are going to get our countries back. You see? Hausa people that are just treat us like slaves. Hausa Fulani that treat us like slaves. Yorubas and the Biafrans, we are not safe in Nigeria. So I want to beg God to push you guys, give you the spirit to keep on fighting on like Nnamdi Kanu, so that at the end of the day, all of us will rejoice once again in this life. I thank you, my brother. God bless you.
You can see where we are. Thank you very much, my brother Nee. Yes, he's Baba Ghana Tuka son. All they're all 419. While we are all over the world. Our people all over the world. But they will sit down there and you think they want Nigeria to break. They don't want Nigeria to break. They believe in that corruption system where they exchange hands and then, you know, the judges, the lawyers, you know, the accountant, everybody is involved in one fraud. And you are waiting for your next turn as well. You don't look back. If you're waiting for 2023, there will not be anything called 2023. No election. What are we going to do? Don't worry about that. Leave that to us. Leave that to us to deal with. But let us increase the awareness. Like I said, let me show you some of the, you know, the memory stick that have arrived. I said that yesterday. So let me close some of the browser so that we are not opening too many browsers so that there will be smooth operation of the broadcast. My team are almost close to where there's a fight between the Hausa and the Yoruba in Ilorin. As soon as they get there, they're going to call me and then we'll find out what is the latest happening there. But before we do that, let me show you some of the other pictures. We have the flash drive in Nigeria, like I did say yesterday, today Nigeria, but we need to do mass production of what we need to start sending out. So whatever support, so that we can get them out as quickly as possible, so that your people at home that do not have access to internet will be able to watch some of the videos that is currently in Nigeria as we speak right now. So the videos are already there. We have about 40 episodes. All we need to do now is to put them out. But also, this outfit has been designed. I should be expecting them in London anytime soon. But if you have interest, let me know. Okay, let's go back there. Yeah, that is it. So if you look at that, these will be coming. These are ones that they've done for me. So I'm expecting them in London anytime soon. So someone have done these, but if you also have interest, do let us know. Also, these are face masks that I'll be wearing, so I don't have to be advertising the one I'm putting on before, which is, I think, the Adidas. They're also washable as well. So this will be coming to London in the next couple of days. I'm expecting them anytime soon. But if you want them in Nigeria, they can do it for you, but definitely it's not going to be free. That is the job the person is doing. If you have interest, do let me know. We can, we can then make it happen. You can order as well. Thousands, 5,000, 2,000, 500, 200. But you will have to, call me so that I can give you more details. We have another caller. Hello, caller. So again, this is also part of the awareness. We continue to push the awareness with whatever we can do. Hello? Hello, caller. Your line is very bad and you keep calling, but the line is very bad. So these, again, is another awareness. Too many skills at home. So many skills. So many skills. So these are what I will be getting. But like I said, should you have any interest, we can link you with a fashion designer that have done this for me as well. It's a family anyway, so all these will be coming to London anytime soon. Okay, I guess we have our team there already. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Shetidebe.
Hello.
Shetidebe.
So according to the story, èmi ò gbà gbogbo program wa tí mo ti gbọ́ pé wọ́n jà ń lọ ni. Mo wá find out tó sì ìjà tó wà ní láti last week ni ìjà tó ń jà lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí. Bóyá tó ní kó ń ṣẹ̀dí láti kó ló jẹ́ kó sáré lọ bẹ̀ yẹn. Ọ̀tí ìjà tá ń jà ní láti last week ni.
Ok, kí ló fàjà?
Mo wà lórí program yìí kí ló gbọ́ tí ó pèsè orí program pé wọ́n jà ń lọ ni. Mo ń ṣèkúrò lọ́rin for now.
Ok, but mo ti gbọ́, but kí ló fàjà?
Mo rẹ̀ kò jìnà dáadáa.
Kí ló fàjà?
Last week ni.
Àti gbọ́ sẹ́, kí ló fàjà ni mò ń béèrè nísìn.
Ok. As of last week, wáyé tí ìfẹ́ tí ọ̀tá ṣe ni pé chieftaincy title ní nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ń bẹ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n kò jẹ́ pé tó bá ti gbọ́n àti ìmọ̀ para as of that time. Bóyá president list ọdún wa bẹ̀rẹ̀ òun ṣe ẹ̀gbọ́ tó fi sọ pé àwọn lọ sí sáàdù. Ìgbà tẹ́mi pé wà program kan òun gbogbo program yìí lọ inú gbọ́ tó ń sọ àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ yìí. Mo fi wá sáré find out pé kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀. Tòun náà jẹ́ kí n máa pẹ́ sáàdù. Mo wá ní pé òun náà yẹn àṣẹ àdúgbà. Ó wá ló wà lọ́nà sáàdù báyìí. Ó ń ṣe ẹ̀ lọ sọ́nà sáàdù ni. Mo ní bọ̀ tí mo gbọ́ tí bí one man ni ó ti sọ pé ní kápá kìnnì kan. Ó sá ló wà lọ́nà sáàdù. Òkìnnì ẹ̀ ń tẹ ó kọ́ dájú ara wọn. Mo sọ pé pé ìbára bá ṣe máa jẹ́ sáà máa pé ìbára tó bá dé sí wa.
All right. So definitely that is not a current fight. That has been from last week. Good afternoon, Bedu Magazine, also on the broadcast. And on that note, let me wind down. we were waiting for them, but I believe that has been another update coming. So again, the interest on this, do let us know. They've told us they can do as many as you want, and they can also give discount, should you be interested as well. So all these are the ones that they've done for me. I should be receiving them in London anytime soon. Also, I guess, okay, where's the one with the memory stick? All right, we'll take a few more calls before we end the call coming through. Hello, caller. Okay. All right, that's so these are the memory stick. Remember, I told you I must send a silly, so I still have some here. Maybe these are network problems. I'm just making. All right, I'm gonna leave the calls for now, please. The call is distracting as well, so let's leave the calls for now. All right, I need to stop the calls coming through. So let me calls to lay on distract because I need to finish up the program. So as you can see there, the same one that we have here is the same one that arrived in Nigeria. The chemical weapon. This is the chemical weapon. About 40 of our videos each on it. You can see. And I say thank you very much to the individual that took it to Nigeria. So what you're watching there is in Nigeria. These are more copies here as well. So what we plan to do is to do mass production of them. So at the moment, we're looking at what is the quickest way, whether we should buy the main system and we can do it ourselves, or we source it out as well. So we will look at these options. We will look on the table. But those of you that have family and friends, very soon, when it's ready, no one is going to buy it in Nigeria, so don't worry about that. But we need to fund it from here so that we can do the mass production. Everyone in Nigeria will be given for free. Everyone. But depending on how we can fund it from here. The more fund we have, the more we can produce. Nobody will pay 1 naira for these DVDs or when they get it in flash drive. As much as possible, we want to do it in DVD. But flash drive, I'm told, is about 5,000 naira or somewhere around there in Nigeria. But we can do more of DVDs rather than flash drive. And to buy any flash drive, to buy ODT, only duplicated. So it is already in Nigeria. That is the chemical weapon for the government. This is what the government did not want people to know. To listen to this broadcast 4 hours without no internet. I have already solved that problem. They were waiting for me at the airport, but they never knew I could still get into Nigeria. And that is just the beginning. So very soon, these DVDs will get to you. Anywhere, Tebawa, they not. But we need people to, how are you? We need people to support. We need people to give us as much. I don't know, the machine that we want to use. Let me see. Let me show you what it's called. CD burner. Only 250,000. That one is going to cost. But I've told them to go and find out how much they can reproduce one DVD for us in large quantity. So let me show you what the CD burner looks like. For those of you that might be saying, I mean, you know it's in Nigeria. We didn't send it from here. So this is the CD burner where we can have our own CD burner. So this is what it looks like. So when we have this, we can then burn the DVD ourselves in large quantity. All we need to do is just continue to buy blank DVD. Continue to do them in large quantities. Send them out in thousands. Welcome and distribute it. Kakiri, Mashalashi Church, market area, anywhere. They'll continue to give them motor park everywhere. People will get it for free. And when they go home, they put it on. Oh my Lord. Chemical weapon. By the time they watch 2 episodes, when they come out of their house and they realize that the council is not working, it's either I don't know what they're going to do with the council building. They don't know what I'm going to do with them, the government. I will deal with them before we break away. I will big problem for them. Big problem. Ṣáwọn fẹ́ jẹ́ problem fáwa, àwọn agbọ́n á jẹ́ problem fáwọn. Can you raise awareness for more positions like, okay, I think I've read that already. So this is the next game changer. This is already in Nigeria. 40 episodes, no internet. You don't need any internet. 40 episodes. Remember, these are the kind of what they're going to be watching. 4 hours, 3 hours, maximum 4 hours, minimum 2 hours. My video are minimum of 2 hours. The one we are doing now is almost 3 hours. This is the new game changer in this fight for the awareness of the Yoruba liberation. Wàá gbọ́ lágbọ́yé, á tún wò báyìí, tó bá jáde báyìí, tó ń wo títì ẹ̀, tó ń wo gọ́tà, inú á máa bí, á máa bínú. And then they will know that they cannot follow the politician for 2023. But we need to buy this burner, or they will have to do it. We have to source it out where they can do the mass production for us. Whichever one, I don't know yet. But without funding, we cannot move forward. We've done the best. It's already in Nigeria. The funding needs to then kick in so that we can mass production. No one will pay 1 naira to get it in Nigeria. No one, I can assure you that. I know my daily Hausa, Ojodu Beggars, if you Lagos, I said this DVD will get to Kano. It will get to Nasarawa. We will continue to give them for free. Why they never they will be upset. Maybe the fight will start from the north. They start killing all their politicians before it gets down. I'm trying to make my own awareness. Yes, you will need this kind of DVD. Don't worry. So you don't need to explain too much to people anymore. Just give them the DVD. Hello, hairdresser, barber shop, everywhere. We distribute all over the place. The whole 36 states. But depending on how we get the support to do that. So on that note, it's exactly 15:54, which means I should now say thank you very much. Like I said once again, this is all in Nigeria now. As you can see there, the chemical weapon. The government will never know how this got to Nigeria. I won't tell you which state it is. It's somewhere in Nigeria. Somewhere in Nigeria. Ready to be unleashed to open and liberate the minds of our people. And those that do not want to be liberated. Maybe by the time some of these NSAS people start watching this video without no internet, they will stop NSAS and start talking about End Nigeria. My name is Olayomi Koiki. Thank you very much for spending your afternoon with us on this awareness campaign. Action will start, but we don't have enough awareness yet. Let's push the awareness for another few more weeks or months. I gave myself 6 months. My 6th month is almost over. And I appreciate each and every one of you with your support, your contribution. It has gone a long way. We will not relent. And also, we had our team in Osun State. Let me quickly show you that as well. Osun State is working tirelessly, just like other states as well. We want everybody to work. You don't have to wait for anybody. Continue to do your own bit. It will become a result for every one of us. Let me show you some of the images that we got from Osun State in the last couple of, yesterday rather. Let me show you. Osun State is working tirelessly. We want every other state as well. Don't wait for us. Do your own awareness. Move people together. Congregate. This is Osun State. And these are recent. I think this one took place yesterday. That's all. This is not yesterday. Every time they're going out to do awareness, this one was yesterday. And I congratulate and say thank you very much, to the Osun State. And now all of a sudden, Alale Ogboni worshiper, they were there yesterday. And I say thank you very much to their coordinator and all the team working very hard. The little you are helping us, Ikirun. This was Ikirun yesterday. They are doing their best, and we appreciate them. In a very, very difficult terrain. Look at the whole place. This should not be a Yoruba land in 2020. This should be a well-developed area, but look at the way it is, because the government have neglected them. This is the Osun State chapter, creating awareness of Oko in Osun State. Thank you very much to all the team that are working tirelessly. You can do the same thing in Libya, in wherever the power. Ẹ má sọ pé torí pé ẹ tí rí anything nǹkan kan ṣẹlẹ̀ eléyìí tó ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí náà nǹkan. It's part of the awareness. You know, èèyàn kan gbéra láti Èkó ó lọ join wọn lọ́ṣun ó tún gbéra láti ibẹ̀ ó tún gbàbẹ̀ lọ sí Ìlọrin. Kò easy, but they are doing their best. And we will not relent, and we will continue to support them based on the support that we get from you as well. You can see the face mask, and that's exactly the kind of face masks. If we get more money, we do more face masks like the one I showed you earlier. Sherry, they went to the local store, talking to other people on the grassroots. Now, tó bá lọ nísìnyí, wá fún wọn ní DVD yẹn náà pé màmá tẹ́ bá délé ẹ tàn kẹ́yìn náà wò àbí tẹ́ bá ní DVD player nínú ṣọ́ọ̀pù yìí ẹ̀yin náà ẹ máa gbọ́. Tó bá gbọ́ lágbọ́yé wọ́n ní máa tẹ̀lé politician kankan mọ́, because politicians are 419. You can see all these awareness took place yesterday. These images, yes, they can still have all these things, but we can look at our mother sitting down there. Look at the building. Look at the building behind her. Only collapse the Walori. Is that the kind of Yoruba nation that we are still having in this contraction called Nigeria? No support, no help, and somebody over 1.3 billion. And the case was just died down like that. Again, Sharia, look at the building. Even if this building wants to maintain like that, by now, we have to develop it. If it will be building in Sherry, in 1960, yes, we can retain it, but we can then keep the modernized aspect of it as well. Window, don't look at the people standing. Ṣé bí wọ́n ṣe ń gbé l'Amẹ́ríkà nìyẹn? Ṣé bí wọ́n ṣe ń gbé ní Germany nìyẹn? Ṣé bí wọ́n ṣe ń gbé ní UK nìyẹn? Again, thank you very much to the Osun State chapter. Ẹ wo environment ní 2020. Ẹ wo environment wọn. Àwọn ìyá yẹn náà mọ̀ pé ìyà ń jà wọn, but wọn ò ní tó wá bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀. But nísìnyí tá a ti náà wọlé lọ bá wọn. So when people come here and say, what are you doing? This is part of what we are doing. These are the shop. Ẹ wò kò sí ná. Look at, there's no light. There's no light because number one, no ẹ̀kọ́ tọ́nà sínú shop yẹn. Look at it. Ẹ wò yá yẹn gan kò sí bàtà lẹ́sẹ̀. These are the things you should be looking at, and these are the things that should be paining you every day. In the digs, make it for Yoruba to understand. Ẹ wo ọlọ́ba wọn nínú shop. Àwọn ìyá tó yẹ kó jẹ́ fashion designer to the world. They cannot. Ṣé gẹ̀ yóò find to? Tẹ̀fẹ́ kí Fúlàní kélé mọ́lẹ̀ nísìn kó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń bá sùn kó fún lóyún. Kó tún bí ọmọ Fúlàní ṣé yẹn lẹ́ ń fẹ́ àbí kó ge lórí apàyẹ agbọmọ kékeré lọ báyìí kíní kan pẹ̀lú ọmọ kékeré á máa bá sun ni. Look at the shop, look at the whole environment. Is it the kind of life we want to live? And that is why we say let us end Nigeria now and we can save everybody. And on that note, I believe we've done enough today. I'll be back again same time tomorrow at 12 p.m. I hope to be back early tomorrow. Sorry, we were running 1 hour behind schedule today. My name is Olayomi Koiki. A lot of you know me as Koiki Media. Continue to also support the GoFundMe. Let me mention that because we must also talk about that before we go. At the moment, the figure there is 3,308. Remember to sign the poll and petition. This one is the Yoruba Rescue Fund. Nobody, and I say nobody, have access to this money. So, but if you want to support, go there. If you're still having trouble to pay money into it, there's no bank account yet. That is the only thing that they have, and that is the only thing that is still in operation at the moment. We're doing our best. I'm just one independent media. We work with other media as well. But one thing is, Koiki Media will fight these Yoruba cause to the end. Regardless of whatever it can be, we will use our media to fight it to the last end of it. Have a very good afternoon. Bye for now. want to say we should emphasize on the flag. I guess our focus now will not be on the flag, in as much as we know we need uniformity, but we will continue to work with all the Yoruba leaders that are working towards the Yoruba liberation. And that way, when a confirmation comes, I'm not going to be the one to decide the flag. Mine is to create awareness. We understand the flag is very, very important. We will talk about it when we have a concrete decision, whether it's the red, we continue with the blue. I will not be able to make decision on that. That is going to be decision, by those that are working, in their own ramification. Mine every day is to remind you to prepare to leave Nigeria. Bye for now.
Iléyá, Iléyá mi ò dúró mọ́, Iléyá mi mò ń lọ. Iléyá, Iléyá ò dúró mọ́, Iléyá wa ń lọ. Oríṣà ò lè gbé ní, ó yẹ kó fi ní sílẹ̀ bó ṣe bá ní. Iléyá, ó ti yá. Iléyá ò dúró mọ́, Iléyá wa ń lọ. United Nations, ẹ fún wọn lómìnira, Odùduwà nation là ń fẹ́. Iléyá, Iléyá ò dúró mọ́, Iléyá wa ń lọ. Ẹkùn gbọ́mọ Adéṣeyà káwọ́ lẹ́rọ̀, bó bá gbọ́mọ ọba o, ariwo wá ta. Iléyá, Iléyá ò dúró mọ́, Iléyá wa ń lọ. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin gómìnà South West pátá, ẹ má wò wá níran, ẹ bá wa dá sí i. Iléyá, Iléyá ò dúró mọ́, Iléyá wa ń lọ. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọba ilẹ̀ Yorùbá pátá, ẹ má mà dá wọn dán o, ẹ bá wọn dá sí i. Iléyá, ó ti yá. Iléyá ò dúró mọ́, Iléyá wa ń lọ. Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, ẹ má wò wá níran o, ẹ bá wọn dá sí i. Iléyá, ó ti yá. Iléyá ò dúró mọ́, Iléyá wa ń lọ. Ṣé Sunday Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho, Professor Verge o, ẹ bá wọn dá sí i. Iléyá, ó ti yá. Iléyá ò dúró mọ́, Iléyá wa ń lọ. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin social cultural group pátá, ẹ má jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ yín o, ẹ jẹ́ àjọṣe o. Iléyá, Iléyá ò dúró mọ́, Iléyá wa ń lọ. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá nílé ní diaspora, ẹ má jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ wa o, ẹ jẹ́ àjọṣe o. Iléyá, ó ti yá. Iléyá ò dúró mọ́, Iléyá wa ń lọ. Mùsùlùmí Kìrìsìtẹ́nì ẹlẹ́sìn àbáláyé, ẹ má jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ wa o, ẹ jẹ́ àjọṣe o. Iléyá, Iléyá ò dúró mọ́, Iléyá wa ń lọ. Iléyá o, Iléyá o, Iléyá wa ń lọ. Iléyá, Iléyá ò dúró mọ́, Iléyá wa ń lọ. Ilé ti yá, ilé ti yá, Iléyá wa ń lọ nítorí o. Iléyá, Iléyá ò dúró mọ́, Iléyá wa ń lọ.
It's Amori Oduduwa on the mic.